this year, Andrew Tate revealed that he.
It started playing as soon as I clicked live. That's funny. I did
I
not
thought you
know
were
it
just gonna
did that.
start like I thought you were
Oh,
just gonna
I
start
could
like that
have.
one.
I
Like,
could
all
have. I could have just started with that. It's a great clip. Anyway, Alex Jones there screwed up my TikTok time to rock. So, hey, how's everyone going? Yesterday, some clips started circulating, and normally don't watch Alex Jones clips unless he's talking about the night of Al-Zutt, and then I will definitely watch every single time. But I started seeing a short clip, and then I shared it, and then a couple hours later, he posted another one, and it was a challenge to debate Sneako, and then we went live, and apparently they were debating, and so we've got the debate. We're going to check out some of the debate. We got Jai and DOC here. How you guys doing?
what's up? What's going on?
Hey.
See you
From
guys.
the part of it that I saw, it was hilarious. So get ready for some laughs today, guys. Yeah, should be good. Should be funny. And we learned some new Islamic things from the new Islamic Dawa Niqabi Quora, and maybe we'll get into that. That'll be relevant for this stream because apparently something can be a weak hadith and still be authentic sirah, authentic history. So just remember, they set this as a new rule, so we're going to use their rule.
Imagine all the weak seerah that we could use that embarrass Islam.
Oh, you mean like, let's say, the satanic verses?
Yes.
Good to know, because they always use hadith methodology to rule that out. So this will be cool, and I see you guys
Not
got...
anymore.
Yeah, see you guys got your popcorn there. We also have Rob Christian with us. Hey, Rob Christian, how you doing?
Hey, God bless. Thank you for having me. God bless you. God bless Sister DOC and Brother Jai as well. I think we're going to have a lot of fun today reviewing this so-called debate. I did lose a couple of brain cells though watching a couple of minutes, but hey, we're good to go, right?
Hey, now, Rob Christian, I just wanted to
Yeah.
check a little bit of history, history over the past, I don't know, 10 to 15 years with you, because I've always been more of a popularizer with Islamic stuff. In other words, people before me came along and pointed stuff out, and I'll see something and I'll say, more people need to know about that. So let me start sharing that. And this was probably like, I don't know, 5 years ago or something like this. I started seeing I wasn't watching content. I wasn't watching live streams where this was being talked about, but some fans who were watching some of the Arabic-speaking Christians started asking me why I'm not talking about the story of Al-Zutt. And I kind of got a gist of the story, but I'm like, this sounds weird. I don't even know what this is talking about, and so on. Until last year when Raymond Ibrahim made a video, and then I was like, okay, now's a really good time to popularize this. But looking back, the people who were mentioning the Al-Zutt several years ago, they seem to be, they seem to be your fans. So is this something like, were you the one sharing this years ago before the rest of us were very familiar with this story?
Yeah. I started talking about the Zut when I started to do even more research. Back in the old days, I only used to debate, but then I did more and more research. And the more books I started to read, every time I opened more books, Islamic Hadith collection, Tafasir, I was like, man, why did we not bring this up? So when I found this story like 7-8 years ago, almost 8 years ago, I was like, let me bring it to the public. And, of course, I don't have the, big following like you have or other big YouTube channels. But slowly people started to learn more about it. And then I saw also later Brother CP mentioning it. And slowly it reached guys like Raymond Ibrahim and you. So I'm happy that more people are now, hearing about this story that is very hidden, kept secret, in Islam. And slowly more Muslims are hearing about it. So I'm happy that people now are hearing about the Zut and what happened to Muhammad during the night of the jinn.
And even Raymond Ibrahim, when he posted his video, which got tons of attention, when he posted his video, he said, this is what some of the Arabic-speaking Christians are pointing out. And he said, I'm just going to tell you what the story is. It's other people who've been using this. So, I guess you saw before everyone else did that this would be some things that might start bothering some Muslims, and that non-Muslims could want to use. And it's really, and now we've got Alex Jones
Brother David,
talking about.
Brother David Wood, the thing is, I did literally a couple days ago another live show about Al-Zutt, and I challenged pretty much all the Muslim debaters to come up, and only one Muslim was man enough to join the live stream. And if you're interested to know, guys, what happened, go watch that live stream. He did everything necessary, that he brought all his trump card in. It didn't work out, and still in the end we had to conclude, yes, Muhammad was zutted by the jinn. So still, if there's a Muslim watching who has the knowledge and the courage to face me in an actual debate about it, you know where to find me, right?
And you said in the end this happened, but we want to be clear, we're not talking about in the Zutt sense, everyone.
Yep. Guys,
keep your minds clean, because this is going to be it's kind of a disgusting topic, but we learned from the Muslims themselves what bothers them most. What causes them the most doubts about their religion is these moral problems with Muhammad. And every time a Muslim responds, they either go, oh, it's a weak hadith, And so we can go to the scholars, or they say, Yarkabun, that just means they're kind of crowding around him. And so no problem going to the lexicons and how the term was used. And so, guys, they have little arguments that they'll use, and the Dawah guys will tell their followers, this is the refutation, but the refutation only works in an atmosphere of ignorance. It doesn't work if you call in to debate it with Rob Christian or with Giant DOC or something like that. So they're kind of stuck with Muhammad and the night of Al-Zutt.
Yep.
No way around it.
They can only play the Arabic card game. You don't speak Arabic, you don't know, but this is why they avoid people like Brother Jai or Sister DOC or myself, or any Arabic-speaking Christian, because they don't know how to figure out how to play the game with us yet. Maybe in the future they will come up with something else, but this is why they are avoiding debating us like a plague. And you see how Korah is running from Sister DOC. You see how the Dina responds. I've challenged him multiple times to debate me. And his sister Duck Lips. Why are your heroes hiding Muslims? We're literally challenging for debates. Why are they hiding from us? Why are they only debating people who don't speak Arabic, if Arabic is such an important thing in Islam? We're here. We're not hiding.
Yeah, and that's what we saw in the video earlier. We saw Korah trying to pull the Arabic card on DOC, and that did not go well. That didn't go well right there. So, yep, these are good times, guys. And speaking of good times, we've got Alex Jones. Yep. Whatever you think about Alex Jones, guys, and some of the deranged things he's said on his shows over the years, mainly the stuff that would mainly tick me off was the stuff about the school shootings and them being fake and stuff like that. Things like that. But at the same time, when it comes to the story of Muhammad and Al-Zutt, we want this story to be disseminated as widely as possible by anyone. And notice I said disseminated. You filthy-minded creeps heard inseminated. No, that's what the Al-Zutt did to Muhammad. We're talking about spreading a story all around the world. And Alex Jones has a pretty interesting way of communicating this. Let's check out the first clip I saw. This was a couple months ago when he reviewed some videos about Muhammad and the night of Al-Zutt, and then all this, and I thought he was just done with it, but apparently he just brings this up whenever someone's annoying him. And so here's the first clip I saw yesterday where I was like, oh, he's bringing this up again, that he's talking about Sneako, and Sneako annoyed Alex Jones and other people with this little New York clip. Islam's going to take over New York City. This is going to be the Islamic Republic of New York City. And Alex Jones said, deport him. And Elon Musk agreed. And so let's see how Alex reacted to that.
This year, Andrew Tate revealed that he and Ye won't associate with Sneako because he, according to them, tried to have sex with them.
And he asked me what I think about cucking and if it's normal to explore your sexuality and if I've ever tried it. And I said, look, I'm older than you, bro, and I've never tried that. I don't think that's normal. And then he started saying, isn't it normal just to try new things? Don't you think it's normal to be curious? How do you know if you're really gay or not unless you've tried being gay? And then I realized he was coming on to me.
But like when I was like 14, I thought I was gay. I watched gay porn.
Nigga, you gay.
And when I realized he was coming on to me, I thought the best thing I can do is just not talk to him anymore.
So I guess if you study what the Prophet Muhammad did, he reportedly got his secret magical powers from 30 virile black men filling his rectum with gallons of semen. I'm not kidding. Look it up. So in a way, not only is Islam all about pedophilia and marrying 9-year-olds, it's also about taking gallons of semen in your rectum. So, I mean, in a way, I've got to say he's a true Muslim. But we're going to move on from Sneako's quest to be like Muhammad when he wrestled with the 30 black men and they rode him, according to their top.
Oh, man, it's funny how he just looks completely serious the entire time he's saying all this stuff.
Brother David, small correction. It's not 30. I mean, the brother here is very generous. According to the tafsir, like a Tabari for chapter 46, ayah 29, it's thousands upon of thousands, literally myriads of jinn. So 30, you guys are very generous, man, here in the West. I have to give it to you.
Yeah, he got the number 30 from me because I tied it into, I said, hey, this would explain why Muhammad said that he had the strength of 30 men. So this was kind of multiple directions, but not in the Zutt sense, but IP, when he was doing his research for his debate with Daniel Hakikachu on child marriage and things like that in the ancient world, when I was telling him about Muhammad and the night of Al-Zutt, we're sitting there. We're in New York, and it's me and IP, Avery and Christina, one or two other people. We're sitting in a restaurant. I'm telling him about the story, and he goes, "This reminds me of some of the stuff I was reading to prepare for my debate with Daniel Hakikachu," because he was reading about child marriage, but he also read about some of these weird practices in certain places, Southeast Asia, where they had a belief that other men could inject their manliness into adolescents by inseminating them. And the more you were inseminated by strong virile men, the stronger and stronger you would become. The stronger and more virile you would become. It's total nonsense, but they had people who believed it. And so, you got Muhammad, who's called the ear, because he believes whatever anyone tells him. And he's a caravan trader. And you had the Zutt. The Zutt were like traveling migrants workers back then. And apparently it could have been that they told him the story. Hey, did you know that men can inject other men with their virility, and that will make the man even stronger? And then, so it's a hypothesis that ties multiple things together. But maybe Muhammad bought this story and said, you know what? I want to become the strongest, most virile man ever. And so let's go out in the desert and make me as manly as possible. And then that could account for why his followers would brag that he had the strength of 30 men. They meant it like literally. Muhammad had the strength of 30 men injected into him on the night of Al-Zutt. And so I tossed the number 30 in there with that. And then looks like Alex Jones is going with the 30 men hypothesis. Oh, boy. Fun times. All right, so that was one clip, guys. That was one clip. And then after that, so he posted that, and then I shared that. Or someone posted on X, and then I shared that. And then we had a little later, same day, he was still annoyed at Sneako, but he posted this. as a debate challenge. So let's check this out.
So I've been inviting Sneako on the show. And he called up, we was talking to the producers during the break, and he said, well, Alex is being mean to me, but I didn't talk to him. I got this second half of the producer, but she's very accurate. He said, Alex has been really mean to me, but I'll be polite and nice. I want to have a nice discussion with him. And I told him to tell her, yeah, sure, have him on. And he goes, well, you need to come on my show. And I said, when? She calls him back, 7 o'clock tonight. Well, I don't have a lot of medical issues, but I've been lifting weights a lot and everything, and I got a tendon issue on my left arm with my shoulder, and I got this kinesiologist that comes over every few months. It's very painful. I can also go to their office during the day. They do house calls. You pay them more. And this lady will absolutely get my tendons back in line, and I can lift weights again and feel great. Don't need any surgery. She's going to stick her fingers in there, and it's literally, it makes me almost cry. It's excruciating. It takes about an hour. She's going to work on both shoulders. This one goes out too. It's on the verge of it.
We don't need this long story, man. Just get to the point.
And I'm sorry. I'm not going to...
So 107, I injured my tendon. And
sold my kinesiology hour-long thing of torture for the other torture of going on with Sneako, but I'm...
Oh, okay. Never mind. All is forgiven.
Yeah.
That was funny. That was funny. So I gave up that torture for the torture of going on with Sneako.
Happy to do it. He said he can't come on my show today, but I can go on his show at 3. Well, I have other stuff to do at 3 and other commitments, but I might cancel those for Sneako. We will be talking about Sneako coming up because he's indicative of an American with an American accent who's going to Mecca and putting, wearing hijabs like he's a woman with the Palestinians.
He said hijabs. What are you doing with those hijabs? That reminded me of when what's the name? Nick Fuentes was talking to Sneako, and he goes, so you stick to Mecca with your Zimzam water.
Zimzam.
It's kind of funnier when they pronounce it wrongly.
Hijabs like he's a woman with the Palestinian, colors, and just hopping around. And most people haven't seen the video of him in New York. They saw the one where he said, we're taking over. Islam's going to dominate you if it's Allah's will. Every house will be under our control. He also, in the same event, but nobody really saw that, is slitting throats and saying we're going to get you and all this stuff. And this is the group that's been doing that more than anybody. This is the religion that makes you submit to it. The Jews will barely even let you join their group. You got to flip over backwards and stand on one leg and go through 14 flying fiery hoops. Christians all fight with each other with their 10,000 denominations, and they're trying to get you to join. There's been some cases where Christians got out of control and persecuted people, but that's not Christ-like. But that's not been going on for hundreds of years. It's Islam where it's officially we're taking over. That's God's will. So I followed this report last night, and I'm not going to play the whole thing here, but this goes right at Sneako. These are the points I'm going to bring up to him when he's on air. He also says Elon Musk is dumb. So what? You got a rocket ship company, a spaceship company. Oh, you're dumb, and you're a migrant. What are you doing saying deport me? He contributes to this country. He's not saying he wants to overthrow it and put in a monotheistic religion that could execute your wives and daughters and pedophilia and marry 9-year-olds. And you got all the stuff going on with Muhammad. His secret power in the Quran and in the Hadiths is 30 black men from Africa with giant penises rode him through the night and gave them the magic seed. I'm not kidding, folks. And they believe that semen made him have the strength of 30 men. He's a superhero. Spider-Man gets bit by a spider and becomes super. Deadpool gets radiated and becomes super. Superman, our sun, makes you more powerful. Usually something traumatic makes you more powerful. Well, in this case, it's gallons of African semen. That's quite the profit, I have to tell you. I didn't, I guess that he'd be really popular in Hollywood right now. And I guess that's something Sneako is interested in, reportedly. So we want to talk to you about the Sneako. We look forward to talking to you.
I want to watch that last part again because him in the comic book characters was hilarious. Yeah. So apparently Alex heard that in the story it's dark or black men, and so he assumed African, even though that's not the actual. Zutt. The Zutt are still around. They're called the Jot people now. It's actually on the Jot website. The Jot, they have a website for like their history and stuff, and it's even on there in their story. Hey, and in earlier times, we were traveling migrant workers, and we were called the Zutt back then, and we even met with Muhammad in the desert. Like, oh, you did more than meet him. You did more than meet him. Let me back that up just a little bit, just to hear that superhero.
But now I
You
understand
got
also where the Marvel, the studio Marvel, where they get the information or the ideas from. They get it from a Zut. So now I understand.
It makes sense. Yeah, that's where all the superhero stories come from, right? They're like, Muhammad got his amazing powers, the strength of 30 men from being injected. Well, why don't we have Spider-Man be injected by a spider? That would work. And that's where he's got
Amazing.
all the stuff going on with Muhammad, his secret power in the Quran and in the Hadiths is 30 black men from Africa with giant penises rode him through the night and gave them the magic seed. I'm not kidding, folks. And they believe that semen made him have the strength of 30 men. He's a superhero. Spider-Man gets bit by a spider and becomes super. Deadpool gets radiated and becomes super. Superman, our sun, makes him more powerful. Usually,
again, guys, look this. He's totally serious looking. He's like he's describing something, just politics or something like that. Totally
Superman, our sun, makes you more powerful. Usually something traumatic makes you more powerful. Well, in this case, it's gallons of African semen. That's quite the profit, I have to tell you. I didn't, I guess that he'd be really popular in Hollywood right now. And I guess that's something Sneako is interested in, reportedly. So we want to talk to you about the Sneako. We look forward to talking to you.
He's brutal. He said Muhammad would be popular in Hollywood because, oh man, and he said apparently Sneako is interested in that sort of thing right now.
Reportedly.
Oh boy. Oh. All right, so that's guys. This was him agreeing to debate Sneako. That's what he goes out with. So, any thoughts on anything before we jump into the debate?
Well, I want to say something. The Muslims supposedly are avoiding us because we keep mentioning the Zut story. And remember, there's something called the criteria of embarrassment. So we are only quoting what their books are saying, and the hadith is authentic, and the men in the chain are all trustworthy men. So when we are reading, why are they trying to blacklist us? Why are they avoiding debating us? Yet Sneako accepts a debate with this Alex Jones. Yet Alex Jones, even what he says, I wouldn't even dare to mention on my lips. So that's hypocrisy. What is this?
Yeah, so hey, that is interesting. So we will not talk to you guys. We will not talk to you, Rob Christian, because you talk about Muhammad and Al-Zutt. Okay, who are you going to talk to then? We're going to talk to Alex Jones, who's telling everyone about Muhammad and the Zutt. Oh, okay, so that's a role.
And gallons of semen, don't forget.
Yeah, gallons of semen. That's why he'd be so popular in Hollywood. Oh man. All right, we ready to jump into the debate here?
Let's do it.
All right, hang on. Let's take these first few super chats here. Allah showers his blessings upon the PayPal and his angels pray for it. Oh, believers, invoke Allah's blessings upon PayPal and not for Patreon. That's powerful. I thought a Zoot joke was about to pop out of that. Cora picking a fight with DOC as her final farewell song almost makes me feel sorry for her. Almost, maybe a little bit, not really. Yeah, that was disaster right there. Sometimes people do really dumb things, guys. Sometimes people make poor life choices.
Can you imagine, what was it, 12, 13-minute video with zero references, zero quotations, doesn't even pretend to cite a scholar, just 13 minutes of just rhetoric, insults, and there's also 3 minutes of advertising an Arabic language learning course, which she needs to take herself. But there was nothing there. Nothing there. Just 13 minutes of just yapping.
I felt bad for her because she kept trying to negotiate with me. Like, okay, let's say it's live. Okay, but we can still use it. As if she wants my permission.
Yeah.
But I have this theory that she will not face me ever for debate. By the way, the debate challenge is still open. And we have word from God Logic, Avery. He's willing to host it on his channel.
Yep.
But let me go ahead and say it here, guys. On the bright side, you always got to look on the bright side. If people like Korah didn't get into an ongoing debate with someone like DOC, they might not have anything to regret for the rest of their lives. So, there's that. Got to look on the bright side. We don't actually know it was 30, right? No, that's when you're formulating hypotheses and testing hypotheses and figuring out what the pluses and minuses of various hypotheses, one factor is how much data the hypothesis accounts for, right? How much different areas of data does it account for? So it has the 30 theory has that going for it, and that it instead of just people just picking a number and bragging, Muhammad has the strength of 30 men. Ooh, it actually ties into something, and it makes it more literal than just a saying. So. But yeah, in the actual story, it doesn't say that. That's if you wanted to say, hey, how much other information could we account for with this? And by the way, you can account for way more than this, because you have Mary Harb tying this into some other information in the Muslim sources about Muhammad maybe not being as manly as his followers later thought he was, and having some problems, performance issues with women and so on. And so guess what? If you had some issues like that, and then it gets proposed to him by the men of Al-Zutt, here's a way to fix that, and okay, that's a hypothesis, would have some things going for it.
Well, she is for sure not wrong, because Muhammad was not a giver. He was always been a receiver. He received it from his uncle at a young age, and then it went with his cousin, who also raped him according to the authentic sources, and later also the Zutt. So yes, I think Muhammad lost his, so-called manhood. So that's why.
Hey, yeah, Rob. I'm thinking you might, because you just mentioned it, but I've heard from like Mary that you've got, I think it's in Ibn Ishaq, when he's talking to his cousin, and they translate it differently, but apparently in the Arabic it's "you did this to me when we were young" or something like that. Are you familiar with that?
Well, it's actually in multiple books. One of the books is Al-Isaba fi Tamyiz al-Sahaba by Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani, volume 4, page 11. Muhammad says when he is being visited by his two cousins, one of the cousins' name is Abu Sufyan. When Muhammad hears that Abu Sufyan and the other cousin came, and the hadith is of course authentic, and the men in the chain are the same men that you can find in Sahih Muslim, and Imam al-Dhahabi, the student of Ibn Taymiyyah, agreed that the hadith is authentic. Muhammad uses the words "Amma ibn ammi fahataka irdi." Again, "Amma ibn ammi fahataka irdi," which means my cousin raped me. So Muhammad says it, that his cousin did it to him, and the hadith, as I said, is very authentic. One of the books, you can find, like I said, in the book of Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani, but it's also found in Mu'jam al-Kabir by Imam al-Tabari, volume 8, again, page 11, also in that book. So the hadith is very, very authentic. And if you go actually to the story of Prophet Yusuf in Surah Yusuf, and you go to the tafsir, for example, that Ibn Taymiyyah, Shaykh al-Islam Ibn Taymiyyah, the teacher of Ibn Kathir, and Imam al-Dhabi, he explains that Zulayka, the wife of his master Al-Aziz, so Yusuf is a slave and he has a master. The wife of his master accuses him of grape, falsely accuses Prophet Yusuf in Islam of grape. Guess what the wording is? It's the same wording. Hataka ardi. Hada al-Qubti, hadaka ardi. What are the words that Muhammad uses in that authentic hadith? Fahataka ardi. So it does mean grape.
So, guys, the idea here is, if you're wondering why Muhammad was into so many weird, creepy, perverted practices when he was older, sometimes this can be connected to things that happened when you were younger. And so, we're going to have to learn all this, guys. Everyone's going to have to learn all this stuff.
By the way, what our brother Rob Christian said about the hataka irdi thing, that's still the term used in Muslim countries legally if someone's been raped
Yep.
in any way.
They literally use the wording, sister, do you see, in courts like
Court,
Egypt. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
so
if, let's say, a girl that gets raped, they literally say hataka ard al fatat. He's accused, of hataka ard al fatat. He's accused of being raping a little girl. And I mean, as an Arabic speaker, there's no escaping from that.
the technical meaning is violating of honor.
Yeah,
That's
but
the technical meaning.
but
Because
yes,
they don't want to
but
be they don't want to be graphic and said what it was.
yes, exactly.
Interesting stuff. The point here, guys, is the deeper you go, not in the Zutt sense, I mean into the Muslim sources, the more of this really, really weird, creepy stuff you find there.
But Brother David, is it possible for me to share my screen for a second so I can explain what is happening regarding this authentic hadith about the cousin raping Muhammad, so there is no any confusion left? I have my camera open, but I'm not sure.
I can, yeah, guys, we were having a little troubleshooting here because Rob was calling from his phone. I think I can, so I just put up the graphic, but I think I can, let's see. What if I do this?
There you go. Look, so this is the book that I mentioned earlier. This is the book of Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani, Al-Isaba fi Tamyiz al-Sahaba. For the non-Arabic speakers, I always, if you watch my videos and live show, I always provide a small menu for the name of the book, the volume number, and the writer of the book. As you see, Ibn Hajar. So if you open page 11, look, I have the page in front of me, page 11, and Sister DOC and Brother Jai, they can confirm, 11. We scroll down, as you see, it says Hadith Sahih. The chain of narration is authentic, and Imam al-Dhahabi agreed with it. It's authentic like Imam Muslim, ala shart al-Imam Muslim. And guess what the wording is again? Amma ibnu ammi fahataka irdi. And look, this is the gray part here in the blue. But the other cousin insulted him. Look what it says. وَأَمَّا ابْنُ عَمَّتِي فَقَالَ لِي بِمَكَّةَ مَا قَالَ. So we have the insult part here, and this is the gray part. So Muhammad literally says, he raped me, my cousin.
Wow.
Nice
So
family.
there's no escape. There's no escape.
Yeah, he had a really nice family.
One of the cousins assaulted him, and the other one did what?
Yeah, did what he did.
Wow. So, guys, I guess the point here is, people are still responsible for their actions, but if you wanted to show some sympathy towards Muhammad for, the issues he had, the abuse this would happen in court, in other words. If someone were a serial killer or something like that, someone's a serial killer and he's on trial, his defense attorney would point out, well, I mean, when he was young, his mom locked him in the attic for 3 years and really messed him up psychologically. And this could influence the jury, when it comes to sentencing or something like that. Oh, okay, well, he was basically continuing a cycle of abuse. So Muhammad's still responsible for his actions, but looks like some really creepy stuff happened to him. And life of an orphan in 7th century Arabia, or I guess 6th century Arabia when he was a kid. Could be a rough place. And we have DOC, been loving your videos. Love you, sister. Oh, yeah. Regular videos by DOC has been one of the absolute highlights of 2026. And there have been a lot of highlights this year. And you could tell they're not ready for it. They're not ready for it.
They're not ready.
Brother David, I want to say something. I see a lot of people in the chat. They are asking for the sources that I mentioned earlier. If you want to find them, guys, either you can find the sources on one of my recent live shows when we talked about the Zutt, or you can join me on my Discord server where my admins always copy the links and they put them also on our Discord server if you want to collect all the sources. So. And the info is of course on my YouTube channel, on my about page, or even in the description box.
Oh yeah, and Rob, since this is this is new information to most people because, like, tons of people now they're familiar about Muhammad and Aisha, Muhammad and Zainab, the story of Muhammad and Al-Zutt. Tons of people are familiar with this stuff now, but some of the stuff you were just sharing is new to the vast majority of people. So we'd have to figure out the technical problem. Rob was having trouble calling in from his computer, so I don't know if that issue's on my end, if I have some setting off or something like that. But anyway, if we could troubleshoot that sometime, and if you want to join me and actually take people through these sources so that they can screenshot them and then go share them with everyone, and then everyone becomes familiar with the story, just let me know, and we can
For sure.
we can
Lord
make
willing,
that happen.
if we can do that in the near future, sure.
Here we have, if it were thousands upon thousands, then Muhammad holds the world record, not Bonnie Blue.
The world record?
That would be a that would be a funny little thumbnail. I banged such and such 1,000 men, and Muhammad goes amateur. And,
hey, you know what? That's the second time we saw this name, Bonnie Blue. What was it, Bro Haji? And we were all like, who is that? And he said, don't look her up or something, or don't look him up or something like that. But he Referenced her with the Lily J situation, right? Because I think he was saying like, it'd be more believable if this person was a Muslim, or I forget what he was saying, but he referenced that Bonnie Blue, or whoever that is.
Yeah, that guy who he's like Scottish Korean or something like that. Korean, I forget what his channel name is, but he calls himself the Scottish Korean or something like that. But when he went on Sky News, that's what he said. He called Muhammad the Bonnie Blue of the 7th century.
Oh,
and
okay.
So yeah, that was. Let's see. I took the same online IQ test, Sneako, got 95 in, 4.5 hours sleep, dang near experiencing heat stroke, over-caffeinated, hadn't eaten in 10 hours, and somehow I got 141. I'm not that smart, so it's rich for him to call Elon dumb. Okay, so you're saying this IQ test is skewed, that you definitely don't have a 141 IQ, and therefore it's giving you a higher a higher IQ than you really have, and you're saying Sneako scored 95. Interesting. Since it's the Mideast, wouldn't it be liters?
Oh, wow.
What are you saying, gallons? It's not gallons, Alex Jones. It's liters. Get it right. Hey, my favorite debater, Rob in the house, Giant DOC and Dave missing AP, though a combination to dissect the cult of Arabia. Hi, Rob. Here's super chat for you. Awesome. Although you just sent it to my, you just sent it to my channel, right? I'll have to. Hey, Rob, send Jai, because I don't know how you'd contact me right now, but send Jai if you have a link to Patreon or something like that, and that way anyone who wants to contribute, however you want people to contribute to what you're doing and stuff, and I'll add that to the description for anyone who's going, hey, we need to support this guy.
Yeah, I'll get his Patreon. I'll send it to you.
Okay, that's cool. And we have Cora might debate DOC if she uses a voice changer. Yeah, that'd be a good time for the voice changer. Hey,
I don't mind.
That's what we're hoping. Pretty soon we're gonna do call-in shows. They're welcome to call in. They're welcome to use voice changers.
anything you like. I'm not the religion that curses that stuff.
Yeah, she'll get cursed for it again, but hey,
Yeah, that's okay.
You know, guys, what she said. She said my imams or my mashaykh are telling me to use a voice changer. She's literally trying to say that it's a positive thing to do. Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
This is what Islam's greatest scholars have been saying all along. Women should use voice changers.
Yeah,
that's messed up, man.
The fatwa that she actually used, we couldn't expand fully on it in the video. We can only DLC can only get a couple seconds in there on that part. But what it was talking about was like, I don't know if you guys have ever seen like Reddit stories or something like that, but they have like an AI voice, or just any kind of like, TikTok video or whatever, where they just have like an AI animation of like, let's say whatever the topic is, it's an AI voice. It's not a voice changer. It's just an AI voice. And so what they were saying was it's safer to use a male voice because a female voice would be more tempting. So actually, in point of fact, the opposite it's going against her. Why? Because she primarily uses her regular voice, which is a female voice. They're saying female voices are more tempting, therefore less safe. So if she actually cared what the scholars are saying, they're not saying to use a voice changer to change her voice, but they're saying that a male voice is safer. So if you're going to use like an AI kind of like story reader or something like that, well, use a male voice, don't use a female voice. We found in Arabic on the same website them issuing fatwas for people that are like voice actors, like female voice actors, and they were
Can't
saying
make it a man's voice.
they were asking, okay, there's like a boy character, there's a male character. Can I, as a female, can I change my voice for the sake of the show? So it's not even like, transgender, LGBTQ, like a lot of our fans were trying to say, oh, that's just about that stuff. They were saying, no, that's forbidden.
In any way or form.
And what was the exact phrase? Even when it's necessary.
Even when it's needed.
Even when it's needed, it's not allowed.
Even when it's needed, it's not.
Yeah, and so that situation, guys, is when they want to do a boy's voice, then you can either get a child who's a boy, but if they're hoping that the show is going to last a long time, you don't want a boy, because the boy is eventually going to go through puberty and his voice is going to change and it's not going to work. So they get women. Women are better able to do boys' voices, and then it lasts for, like Bart Simpson. Bart Simpson on The Simpsons it's a woman. It's a woman doing the voice. So there's lots of boys in cartoons who are actually voiced by women. Bobby on King of the Hill was voiced by a woman. So, yep, that's a thing. So, Cora, you're not allowed to voice boy characters. So, and
they must have like scrambled, like panic Google searched, and that was probably the first thing that they found. They're like, oh, let's get it. And it was super blurry too. We had to find it, and we had to like decode the blurriness.
Yeah, what's with the blurry?
It was like the one thing she actually showed, it was super blurry.
Yeah,
and it worked against her.
Yeah, and said it's for our safety. And no, they were thinking of men's safety.
Yeah, men's safety. Yeah. Not for female safety.
Yeah, by the way, isn't that weird? It's like everything she quotes is completely twisted and distorted what it actually means. And so it's always like, is she being deceptive? She knows what it's actually saying, and then she's just deceiving people, in which case she's deceiving people about Islam and Islamic scholarship and stuff like that. Or is she just too dumb to know about what she's saying and how she's completely misinterpreted? She's not smart enough to interpret it correctly. But then, as you pointed out, DOC, it's actually worse than that, because it's probably not her preparing this stuff. It's like her handlers who are preparing everything for her. And so it's like, okay, so are they deceptive, or are they stupid? What is it? And then what does that make her if she's just mindlessly going along with any idiotic nonsense these guys send her?
David, what I noticed is I've seen the same scanned images or scanned versions of the same books. So what they do is they often sit on one huge Discord server or Telegram group, and they send each other the same scans. So what she's receiving is probably created by one or two persons who claim to have science of hadith knowledge or whatever, or hadith knowledge. So they send them without even fact checking what these sources say. Mm-hmm. For example, the source that she used, Ibn Kathir's Al-Bidayah wa Nihaya, she received it from someone, but she never read what the text says. Because if you read what the text says, it shows that Muhammad was not illiterate. He could actually read and write. And he even asked Jibreel, what should I read? So that contradicts the entire Muslim narrative about their prophet. I thought that Muslims are always tried to convince us that Muhammad was illiterate. So what happened? You're going to accept a hadith that only has a false grading, often even if it's Sahih or Hasan Sahih or Sahih Hasan. Yet the text, the matan is rejected. And this is why, for example, Sheikh Al-Albani, he went through all of these chains of narrations. And in the end, he said, you should not be happy as a Muslim about these hadiths, because they portray Muhammad to be suicidal. He can read and write, and it contradicts the authentic sources like Imam Bukhari's collection or Imam Sahih Muslim collection, or let alone the Kitab al-Sitta, the 6 authentic hadith collections. So all of these books that contain the phrase, "O Muhammad, you are the messenger of Allah, and I am Jibreel," any source that has that line is automatically rejected because the matan contradicts Bukhari, for example.
So you have like the chain, and then you have the matan, which is the content of the hadith. That's what.
But that's not even what she said.
Yeah.
She was talking about not being afraid, which is what she brought up to our Christian sisters.
Yep.
She was trying to say that He was being comforted by the angels, just like people in the Bible were comforted by angels.
Complete lie.
Like saying, do not fear. And she said, oh, we have that too.
Authentically reported.
That wording, do not fear, is only ever weak in Al-Bidayah wa Nihaya.
But any
Nowhere
combination,
else
sister,
is it.
any combination that has "don't fear" or even the other sentence that I mentioned in combination together, any report that has "don't fear" or without "don't fear," you are the messenger of Allah and I'm Jibreel. Any report, even if it has the false grading Sahih, it's automatically rejected because it contradicts the rest of the sources and even the standard Muslim narrative or belief about their prophet being illiterate.
And let me just give everyone the background for people who don't know exactly what we're talking about here. It was when Cora did her debate versus the Christian women, and it's pointed out, hey, when Muhammad is receiving his revelations, doesn't look like when people in the Bible are receiving revelations or are visited by an angel because keep in mind, ancient world, an angel shows up. You don't know if that angel's there for judgment and is about to take you out. And so an angel shows up, you might be terrified. Well, one, you have a supernatural being here, but two, he might be there for judgment. And so an angel would say, hey, peace, hey, don't be afraid. And so people are pointing out that, hey, Muhammad, getting roughed up and in the cave and freaked out and then trying to hurl himself off a cliff. Hey, it doesn't sound like people in the Bible receiving revelations. And so Cora tries to respond to that by saying, aha, but here's a narration. It's authentic. And it says that Gabriel did comfort Muhammad. And here it is. It's authentic. When, if you read the exact source she quoted, it specifically says, oh, and by the way, this is not authentic. And so notice when this was pointed out later, it's pretty easy to say, oh, okay, I got that wrong, or I got some bad information, or I didn't read that note because I didn't read that and I didn't read that. Okay, I screwed up. But they just have a problem doing that. And so she doubles down. She doubles down, then triples down, then quadruples down. And that's kind of the situation that's...
And she also did kind of like an Uthman situation where she gave a grading from a different hadith.
To pretend that that's the one she meant.
That was the craziest scandal in the whole thing. And she didn't address that at all.
And in the Quran goes against them. Surah 73 and Surah 74. Surah Al-Muzammil and Al-Muddathir. They talk about Muhammad running to Aisha being covered. Allah is talking to him saying, oh, you who are covered.
Oh, Khadija.
Sorry, Khadija, not Aisha. Oh, you who are covered, get up and declare the message. So why was he running to Khadija being covered, asking her, cover me, running away and hiding under the covers?
If the angel already comforted him.
Like under the blanket.
Yeah.
If he was already been comforted.
Yeah, so that would again that would be a problem with the matan, that with the content of the story actually contradicting significantly more authoritative sources in Islam. But yeah, I mean, but when she's challenged on, hey, show that this is authentic, she takes a screenshot of a different source with the grading and guys, I keep saying this. This keeps happening to the Dawah guys, where they're normally interacting with their fans who just accept anything they make up. Well, that kind of programs you over time that you don't need to be careful because your fans don't care. You can be as sloppy and deceptive as possible and no one cares. But then that after you get kind of wired like that, it's okay. I don't have to be careful. I can make things up. I can take a screenshot of something else and then no one's going to check it. And then you think that other people aren't going to call you out for that, and they do, and then it just blows up in their face. Anyway, we want to get to this debate. What's up?
Yeah, one small thing, brother David. Before we play the debate, just to back up brother Jai and his dear sister, our dear sister DOC, to back it up. Look, this is what the scholars, for example, on websites like.
Your logo is like covering.
Oh, there you go. That's better.
Okay. Look, so what is happening is, guys, Islam Q&A did us a favor. This is the Islam Q&A website. So, and they did the investigation for the Muslims, actually. And I'm only reading what it says. So any hadith, even if the grading, as we said, is authentic, or even if it's Hasan, any report that has the text inside it, Ya Muhammad, anta Rasulullah wa ana Jibreel, and then again it's repeated twice in most of the reports. Even if the grading is sahih or hasan, look what the scholars have said. وَمَتَنْ هَذِهِ الرِّوَايَاتُ مُنْكَرٌ.
Oh, that's
Rejected.
that's her favorite word.
That's the word that she came up with.
Munkar. So Sister DOC and Brother Jai, what the scholars of Islam Q&A said, the Salafi website, we're talking about one of the most important Salafi website and scholars, they say that the matan, the text inside these reports, are rejected, completely rejected. So I also provided the English, look. And the matan, i.e. the text, of these reports is completely rejected. Because, and why is it because? Because it contradicts, it conflicts with the authentic reports like Bukhari, as I mentioned. So any report that has, "O Muhammad, you are the messenger of Allah, and I am Jibreel," any report that you find this text in, is you can throw it immediately out, even if the grading is sahih, because it contradicts the standard narrative and authentic sources. And that's it.
Nice.
Good
So
stuff.
yeah, if she comes back with anything, we got that.
This
Yep.
is, again, I mean, notice how simple this is, guys. Okay. Wait, guys, this is the same thing people tell little kids. Guys, don't lie, because, you know, if you get caught in the lie, then you're either going to get embarrassed, or you're going to have to try and cover it up with another lie, and then you're going to have to tell another lie, and then you're going to forget what you lied about. Just tell the truth. Just tell the truth. And that's what they're, and so it's okay, I got exposed for saying that's authentic when the same passage says it's not authentic. Okay, just I messed up. I screwed up. Very simple. No, you got to double down and make up more stuff and take a screenshot of a different source, and yeah, you either have to stop at some point or keep doubling down. But the more you double down, the more you get exposed on this stuff. So rough times. Yeah. If it wasn't 30, it was at least one. Let's see. DOC, my best friend, is witnessing to a Muslima. Do you have any advice? She's an Arab speaker and more on the progressive side, I believe. If that helps, can you also help him out or do her in saying salam?
Can you help him out?
Help him out. Yeah, just ask her why she's a Muslim.
Yeah.
And then go from there.
We always advise also to be careful when it's like male and female, like mixed genders. Be very careful; it can get messy. But yeah, we don't know the relationship. But yeah, we would recommend watching some of the videos on this channel, on our channel, on Rob's channel. Study the arguments that are like, you know, a point that really resonates with you or with your friend, something that you think is, you know, a good point, meaningful, something you can dialogue on, and bring that up to them. And we usually have all the sources. If you need anything else, you can, you know, message one of us or a comment section or something like that. We could probably get stuff to you. But anything else?
But the reason Jai says this about the love jihad, I only heard until I became a Christian that only men were doing it. Muslim men were going to do love jihad on the women. Now we've seen Muslim women are going out there hunting non-Muslim men, which is something I've never seen before, for the sake of their religion. We've had so many people who are men emailing us saying, I have this Muslim woman who's after me in terms of a relationship. Can you help her, you know, leave Islam? Now it's the other way around. It's insane to me because Muslim women are usually kept behind, you know.
Could it be an act of desperation or something?
That's exactly what I was thinking. If you're getting desperate, you're in panic mode. You start trying. You start trying anything. Like, okay, we need some Muslim women to go and start getting guys to convert because they fall in love.
Don't forget that the Orthodox Duck Lips is receiving countless of mails. How many people are in doubt and who have shubuhat? They don't know how to answer these pressing questions, remember?
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Right. And they're about to get a lot more pressing questions.
and don't let her deceive you with this progressive thing. Oh, I'm progressive. I don't really care for Islam. Be my boyfriend. And then when it comes to commitment, she asks him, oh, just say the Shahada, just so we can make it official with my family, and then we live our lives separately.
It's just for my family. It's just for my family. I don't care. Okay, I'll say it. All right, now you're a Muslim. Rules change. Sneako will talk to Alex and not you guys because Sneako agrees with Alex about Israel. Yeah, that comes up a lot in the debate. Doesn't this midnight rendezvous share similarities to the dislike of dogs? Oh, yeah, Muhammad not liking dogs because Jibril, a.k.a. Deha al-Kalbi, didn't come in for his little meeting. We got the super.
Hey, by the way, that actually came up between Sneako and Alex Jones about the dogs. It's kind of funny that.
Really?
Oh
you
yeah,
gotta
I did.
connect.
Yeah, I was listening to it while building shelves. I think I listened to like the first half while building, putting some shelves together. And
You were probably cracking up by your.
yeah, Alec. Yeah, it was that. It was Alex Jones goes, I don't trust any religion that doesn't like dogs. And Sneako like, what? I love dogs. And me and my son Luke was there. He go, what? We both seen the clip of Sneako. Dogs are disgusting. Dogs are nasty, evil little creatures. He sounded like a good Muslim until it gets brought up as a criticism. What? We love dogs. Yeah, sure you do.
Yeah, especially the black ones. They are loved with a lot, you know,
Yep.
a lot of love.
You can't eat a porcupine unless it's the one true porcupine. That's true. Muhammad would also be popular in Hollywood as he married a child. Yeah, Muhammad would be popular in Hollywood for multiple reasons. DOC on, keep it up, be super proud, Jai. Yep.
Yes.
It's always nice to see you, Jai and DOC.
Good to
Off
see you
topic,
too.
but I like your thinking on things. Thoughts on pre-sup apologetics at the epistemology level? Any quick problems with it? That'd have to wait for a different show. I'm kind of mixed. I'm okay with like sort of semi pre-sup because some of the points are really good. It's kind of when they make it like the only thing or this like silver bullet that defeats all things. That's when I kind of start having a problem with it. David, I'm serious. You should look up NVIDIA broadcast so you can run the AC while streaming and it not be heard. God bless you for your sacrifice. Hey, defending a lion. Didn't his uncle also abuse him in that way on the caravan trails? I've heard that before too.
Yeah, not entirely. Actually, what happens is when Muhammad became an orphan, his uncle, the father of Ali, so Ali is the cousin, so that the father of Ali, Abu Talib, took him in, and he used to command Muhammad to get naked and sleep in his bed. And the uncle used to smell him, used to touch him, and used to say, I smell musk, you know. So yeah, that's what the uncle was doing. So
Sounds like some Joe Biden stuff. Smelling.
I think because he's an orphan and he didn't have a family to protect him.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, if he wasn't so evil, these would be sad stories. But he became like this evil person that it's like
It's like the origin story of a villain.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep, absolutely. That's exactly what it's like. Jai, DOC, Rob, you guys are awesome. Oh, hi, David. Hey,
what's up, Ozzy?
Mo received more DNA than Genghis Khan's spread. Hang on, I'm copying that. I'm screenshotting that. I always steal people's jokes, guys, and I give no credit. I just say it, and then people think I'm funny. The infancy gospel of Thomas says women have to become men, and Islam copies other views. Maybe she's adding this into Islam from the Gnostics. Oh yeah, you do have that in the weird Gnostic thing, Gospel of Thomas, and it says that women need to become men. She's like, aha. Islamic dilemma. It affirms all the Gospels. Cora, keep the red outfit and use Elmo's voice.
That's funny.
Shout out to Rob Christian. God bless you, Habibi.
Hey, what's up?
And we got Allah made it appear that Egypt had a chance to win Argentina. Sneako's apparently crying over that one. Al-Zutt turning our freaking... This is Alex
that's
Jones.
hilarious.
The Al-Zutt are turning our freaking prophets gay. Oh, man, that one's... I'm screenshotting that, too.
That's hilarious. That's an Alex Jones quote.
I think this stream is going to be rich with jokes.
Yeah, it's going to be.
And we have, in the words of D. Wood, what is this religion, man? Oh, yeah, I do say that. Moral of the story, Mo was the ear and the rear. Gosh, you guys are you guys are crushing it, man.
Whoa.
That's like the fourth screenshot already.
You guys are going to hear me using all these jokes, and people will be like, wow, David's so funny, he should be a comedian. No, David would be in trouble as a comedian because I steal everyone's jokes.
Maybe all these lines, we can put them in a surah like it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Surah Al-Zutt.
Oh yeah, we're gonna make some. We're gonna have to make some of those, and we're actually gonna get them recorded in Arabic by a reciter and stuff, and challenge Muslims. Show us how this is. Show us.
I
how
can
this
recite it. I still know how to recite.
Yeah, but you gotta. oh, that sort of
Oh,
thing.
you know how to recite too?
Yeah, I can do it.
Oh, wait. Do you need to do? Should we do
Voice changer.
Yeah, voice changer.
With a
for
voice
you?
changer.
There we go.
You won't know the difference.
Muslims would be, this is the best recitation of the Quran I've ever seen. Hey, it's DOC with a voice changer, guys. Oh, I guess she's our real prophet. All right, we ready to check out this debate? I'm just gonna, again,
Get your popcorn. Get your
I kind of
popcorn,
listened.
people.
I kind of listened to the first half of it. I think we'll just start at the beginning, and then when one of the Sneako, what page is this? 1 second. One of the Oh no, it's Sneako. Okay, it's Sneako's channel, Sneako's own page on X. They posted, but they gave timestamps. So let me just look real quick. So Alex Jones joins
that's
the call.
good they get timestamps because there was a bunch of like Israel stuff that we could just skip over.
Yeah, we want to get to the stuff that's normally like the stuff we're super interested in. I'm mainly interested in any like Zutt stuff, and then Sneako started. Maybe that Sneako said, "What? No, we love dogs," and but also him denying that Islam like calls for the subjugation of the world and gives you these three options and stuff like that, and it's like it. Here's the thing. I don't think Sneako is deliberately being deceptive. I think he's surrounded by deceptive people who tell him what they want him to tell his fans. So they're just feeding him the information, the misinformation that they want other people to hear. And so
Sneako has become the ear. And whatever the Dawa guys say, he just repeats.
And apparently also the reader, from what I hear.
According to Andrew Tate.
It all rhymes.
Reportedly.
So the different sections, according to Sneako, are Alex Jones joins the call, why they agreed to debate, the deportation argument, free speech and the First Amendment, Elon Musk and immigration, the viral clip explained. That's the clip of Sneako saying, Islam will take over. Islam versus Christianity begins. Separation of church and state. Does the Quran teach expansion? Is Islam an expansionist religion? Comparing the Quran and the Bible. The debate gets heated. Oh, I didn't get to that. But I saw people sharing a clip where Alex Jones is freaking out and they're trying to yell over each other. I'm guessing it's that section. Immigration, culture, and identity. Historical examples. Can Islam reform? Freedom of religion, the biggest point of disagreement. Final exchange and closing statements. So those are the different times.
They should have marked the Zutt references. There were 2 times that I heard. There were 2 times that he referenced Al-Zutt. The first time Sneako didn't hear it, but the second time he definitely heard it.
We heard it.
Yeah.
Oh, do you know around what time that was? Because we want to hear.
No, I was watching it on.
I heard the first one.
Yeah, no, there was the second one that Sneako actually interacted with, and he's like, "You don't know what you're talking about," and is there? I wonder if it's uploaded on YouTube. I could
We can find
go through the transcript and see if I can find it.
Yes,
but it would need to be at the same time as what yours is.
See if I got the X version, which is what I have here. But if he uploaded it on YouTube too, then we can search for that.
Is it 1 hour 22 minutes 33 seconds?
1 hour 22 minutes 33 seconds. Yep.
Okay, perfect. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, perfect. All right, guys. So here is the debate. I kind of want to say the debate everyone's been waiting for, but it's kind of the debate no one was waiting for. So I don't know, but here we go.
Alex Jones, it's good to finally meet you. I've been watching your work it's been like a couple decades. Well.
Oh, and guys, anytime you want me to stop the video to say something, just say pause that or something.
Since I was a kid, I've known about you. Been watching your podcast appearances on Joe Rogan, and now you want me deported from my country. So let's start with that. You challenged me to a debate. I think it's important to start with some of the claims you made.
By the way, I always love that. Islam will take over the world. Islam will dominate the world. Blah, blah, blah. Hey, deport this guy. Oh my goodness, I'm a victim. You always gotta love that. Classic.
I also noticed when he was, in the end, if I'm not mistaken, or the middle, I watched a part where Sneako again does the finger gesture on his neck, like we're going to take over the world, and he uses the finger, right? So, as in a sword on, exactly. That's very peaceful.
Very, very peaceful. And Alex Jones points out, I did hear this part. Alex Jones points out that was in somewhere in that same Sneako footage where he's saying Islam is going to take over New York City and this and that, and apparently in that, because Alex Jones was like, why weren't people focusing on the part where you ran the finger across your neck and stuff? So we'll see.
Is the audio okay in here, guys? Can you guys hear?
I hear you loud and clear, Sneako.
There's no echo. Okay, so you want me deported from America for exercising my First Amendment rights? You're making the face, a shock face. This is what you said. You said deport now, and then Elon Musk, the trillionaire African migrant into America, who's bringing in tons of H-1B visas. He said, yes, he wants me deported as well.
By the way, there's also the issue of hypocrisy here. If you're talking about Islam taking over a country, taking over its laws and so on, well, guess what? You do have freedom of speech to say these sorts of things. But if you're actually talking about, changing the system and Islam taking over and so on, and say, well, I have a right to say that. Well, guess what? Then he can say you should be deported. He has the freedom of. Guess what? The First Amendment of the Constitution of the United States of America says he can say you should be deported. And if you say, well, that's not the law, then you can say, well, he can call for the laws to be changed. That's exactly what you were doing. So how is it okay for you to say, we're going to change everything, blah, 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 and not okay for him? It's the same First Amendment that would protect both of you in that situation. So what exactly are you whining about? But Alex Jones says he was basically being rhetorical here. Well, let's see.
By the way, I don't know if there's an order you want to go in, but I found that Zoot reference whenever you want to do that.
Okay, yeah, we'll watch the intro up until like the first Zoot reference, because that one's pretty early on, if I recall.
Yeah, that's around 4 minutes or so. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll watch it up until then, and then we'll definitely, when we get to the first Zoot reference, we'll check out the second Zoot reference.
Okay. Yeah.
That works.
Well, to be clear, I wasn't making a shocked face. I was enjoying my iced tea right here in Texas. So I was gulping it down. No, I did say that, and
not like Muhammad was gulping something down on the night of Al-Zutt. You just missed your chance, man. Missed your chance, Alex. Come on.
And Elon agreed with me on that viral post of your viral post. And here's where I stand on that. Obviously, I was saying that more rhetorically because we have separation of church and state in the United States. I've read the Quran twice. It is a battle manual about to take over the world.
So you don't actually want me deported from America? Or
well, hold on. Can I listen? You want to do 3 minutes and I'll do 3 minutes because we're debating.
No, ask me questions. Sure. I won't interrupt. Go ahead.
No, it's fine. I mean, here's the deal. Orthodox Islam is expansionist. Orthodox Islam in the Quran promises to take over the world. And we have separation of church and state in this country. And we have people saying every household will be under this. That's not the same as the New Testament saying every knee will bow to God when they finally see God. Okay, so my issue is you're jumping around all crazed doing throat slitting motions, saying F you, basically, I take it as America, and saying you will go under this. We're going to take your cities. We're going to dominate you. And I've seen thousands of imams say all this, and if you don't convert, we're allowed to take your women and use them as slaves. And
did Sneako just say what? Oh, look! Now he's confused. I mean, I'm sitting here listening. I mean, he had a very simple point there. Hey, we're a country that has separation of church and state. We're not dominated by your religion, and your religion says it's going to dominate the entire world, which would include our country, which would mean your religion wants to take over our country. And it would be one thing if it just said that and no one took it seriously, but we see people taking it seriously. And you in that video really sounded like you're saying the exact same thing. So if you're part of this system that wants to subjugate me, violently subjugate and take over my country, guess what? I got a problem with you. And he's saying that Islam is expansionistic, that it calls for the subjugation of the world, that it advocates, it says you can take sex slaves and so on. And Sneako, look at his face right there. What? Islam doesn't teach that. What? Let me back up just slightly because, again, Sneako's either being deceptive here or he's being taught by people who are using him.
Brother David Wood, one more thing. If you noticed, Alex kept saying Orthodox Islam, not it's forget about it's minus Orthodox, it's Islam. Islam was
Yeah.
to subjugate the entire world. So stop using the word Orthodox. It's Islam itself. Because remember, Muhammad said, I've been made victorious through terror, by terror. And we can find this in Bukhari. And Muhammad said also, my prophet, with an I, my prophet is under the shadow of my spear. I mean, what do you mean? Muhammad literally says, I've been made victorious through terror. So he actually admits that he's a terrorist. The religion of Islam needs to subjugate the entire planet, else it will lose its main cause. It is either subjugate the entire planet, or there's no message of Islam. So what do you mean Orthodox Islam?
Yeah, so basically, if there's some version of Islam that says, what? We don't want to take over the world. What? We don't want to do all this stuff. You're not really dealing with Islam. You're dealing with something fake there.
Motions. Saying F you, basically, I take it as America, and saying you will go under this. We're going to take your cities. We're going to dominate you. And I've seen thousands of imams, say all this. And if you don't convert, we're allowed to take your women and use them as slaves, and all the rest of it. It pisses.
Dude, this needs to be its own separate video. I might make this one. But what Alex Jones is saying Islam teaches right here, and Sneako going, what? No,
He's like, I didn't say that.
What Alex Jones is saying right there is exactly what Sheikh Asim Al-Hakim says in his video on Jihad.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, he used the same. Like he said, we give you two good options. We give you two good options. You convert, or you pay us the tax, and that's exactly what Alex Jones said. Sneako literally goes to Sheikh Asim Al-Hakim for to be educated on Islam, and Sneako still, what? I don't know this. So pretty easy to play the clip of Alex Jones and Sneako right here, play the little clip of Sneako with Sheikh Asim Al-Hakim, and then play the clips of Sheikh Asim Al-Hakim saying everything Alex Jones just said, and then Sneako, what? Meaning either Sneako is dumb or deceptive, or ignorant or deceptive.
Me off when somebody says I'm going to plant my flag up your ass, and
seriously, you're saying that right before your Zutt joke. And he didn't even make the Zutt joke, like the Al-Zutt planted their flag up Muhammad. Oh my God.
We're going to dominate.
Hey, Alex, next time you're going on with Sneako, look how confused Sneako is. What? Islam teaches what? Come on, man. Alex, get the people in our chat to send you a bunch of Zutt jokes, because they're really good. They're really good at it.
And then there you are, an American with an American accent, saying that. It's even more horrifying to people, and it basically starts a war. So I'd love to see a reformation in Islam like we had in Christianity back when some of the Catholics were trying to force people, to follow what they said, or they would burn them at the stake. Okay.
You got to be careful with that, because I hear lots of people, we had a reformation here, and therefore we need a reformation in Islam. A reformation in Christianity is, hey, some stuff has been built up over time that actually isn't here, and therefore we need to get back to the fundamentals of what Christianity actually teaches. If you do that in Islam, you don't get something better. You
can't reform it. The moment you start to revert it, try to innovate anything, or you do bid'ah, as they call it, you're already out of the fold of Islam. So you have to retake your shahada. So I think Alex needs to study Islam more when it comes to innovation or reformation.
Yeah, as Rob just pointed out, reformation in Islam is forbidden and condemned. And so the only way you could reform Islam would be one of the movements which says let's go back to the basics, but that's where you get like Salafi Islam and stuff. You don't get something that's nice and friendly and peaceful.
That's what Muhammad ibn Abdul Wahhab did. I believe he went back to Islam, back to the fundamentals. Yeah. And what happened was a massacre of all the Muslims that he and his movement deemed to be not proper Muslims. And you know what happens, or apostates, and there was bloodshed even around the Kaaba because of it. So if by reform you mean improve, you need to throw it in the bin. Throw the Quran and the whole Islamic tradition in the bin, start again. I suggest with the Lord Jesus. That's the only way you can make things better.
Yeah, and it's just crazy. It's just crazy because Again, Islam doesn't allow that. And the reform movements in Islam are, hey, we've become too nice and too lax in enforcing Sharia, and therefore we need to go back to being strict and brutal and chopping off heads and stuff like that. But yeah, Islam specifically says, hey, if you make this nicer or you tone it down or you water it down, you're going to hell. It's not Islam anymore. So if you recognize, hey, there's a problem with Islam, the solution is not, well, let's make it nicer. It's reject Islam. Just
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, so Islam needs a reformation. I don't want to be at war with Islam, but there are 50 plus Islamic countries. Most of them are 99% Muslim. There's only a few Muslim countries where Christians can live in peace. Islam is expansionist. That's why I'm against Israel. It's expansionist. It is elitist. It says greater Israel. It sees everybody else as subhuman, at least Ben Gvir and the leadership of Israel. And so I'm opposed to Israel and its expansionist supremacist activities. I'm against Islam's expansionist supremacist activities. And I am against the Chi-Com expansionist activities. I'm against the left's pedophilic Hollywood expansionist dominance.
Sneako just smiled as soon as he said pedophilic. Why is that, Sneako?
Oh, I thought he said that's the Tricom thing, because that's like one of his big spiels that he likes to give a lot. I think Sneako was laughing at that one.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Imperial operations. I don't want America to be imperial. I've been against all these expansionist wars. Even though I didn't like Maduro, I said I think we'll probably just put communists back in. Now they want to overthrow Cuba and put the communists back in. So I'm against all of that. I'm against imperialism, not from some leftist angle, but from George Washington's angle of not being involved in foreign entanglements. So that's where I stand on all this. And when somebody declares we're coming for you and we're going to dominate you, I said deport Piers Morgan back in 2013. It became a national story whenever he said, we're going to take your guns. And I said, if you do, 1776 will commence again. So anybody trying to take my guns, anybody saying I'm going to convert to Islam in all your homes, anybody telling me that they're going to stick their flag up my ass, I'm going to tell them, if you want to fight, you better believe you got one. Go ahead.
All right, you said a lot.
Wow.
Oh, man.
I agree with you, David. Your assessment of him before, it was spot on, because I thought the same thing as you, which is that this is just some like conspiracy nut. This guy's like crazy. Why does he have an audience? And you watch something like this, you could see people he's like hilarious. Like obviously he's not right on everything he says, even when he's saying about Israel and things like that, seeing people as subhuman and all that stuff. But it's just, he's just a funny guy. And you have to, like, that's why he's got an audience. That's why people, watch him, I guess, because it's entertainment. But I used to have that kind of view of him as well. Like, oh, this guy's just some conspiracy nut, and all these things that he says. And, like he said, school shootings and 9/11 and this and that. But he's actually funny. He's funny.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. So I got that when I actually watched him one time, because I had only seen before that the compilations where people put the craziest sounding things together that he said. And some of them aren't crazy, and some of them he can actually defend really well. But when you just put a little clip of it in there, it sounds completely crazy. And they put the compilations together of crazy, 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 crazy. And like, why does anyone watch this guy? You actually watch him and, oh, okay, I get it. I get it. All right. But so he's concluded, hey, you want war? Then we'll have war. I'm ready. And then now it's back to Sneako. Back to you. I should stop. Maybe we should learn from this guy. Maybe I should be in discussions like that. So if you want a war, we got a war. Okay, now your turn.
The difference between Israel as an expansionist state is that that's a actual country. I have allegiance to America. This is my country. Said many things, and let's stick to this original claim. You said deport now. Where am I going to go if I'd be deported?
Well, I mean, there's 50 plus Muslim countries. You could go to Iran, you could go to Sudan, you could go to Egypt, you could go to Afghanistan, you could go to any of those shitholes. You could go to Pakistan, where they're marrying 9-year-olds. You could. There's
child marriage here in America, but how would I be deported to a country that I don't?
You could go to Medina. You go to Medina, and 30 black men.
Right, but that's not deportation. That's immigration, like Elon Musk coming over here. How would I?
See, Sneako just talked right over that one, but that was the first Al-Zutt reference right there.
You could go to Medina and get ridden by 30 black men.
So the next one is it's actually on the timestamp. It's 46:45, so you might want to go a little bit before that, but that's
okay. Think about that, Sneako. If I got deported from America, where would I go? You go to Pakistan where they marry 9-year-old, or you go to Medina where you get banged by 30 black men. Take your pick. It's one or the other. That's funny.
I noticed that the whataboutism came straight back from
Instantly.
Sneako. Oh, you have child marriage in the US. This is a different level. You're talking legalized 9-year-olds and 8-year-olds.
Mm-hmm.
6-year-olds. In Yemen and in Iraq, walking around, going to clinics pregnant children. So you don't see any level of that in the US or the West, of it being normalized, or they go into markets to pick up the groceries and their wives at 9 years old, pregnant or with a child. And a lot of them dying during childbirth. And when you tell them these horrific things, then they come back with, well, a 14-year-old can get married with parental consent, or a 15-year-old in the US.
And even
Different level.
Yeah, different level. And David, you've spoken on this before, but even the criminals in our societies, it's even the criminals in the West, it's unacceptable. You go to prison and you are playing with children, you need to be in protective custody or you're going to get killed.
Yep.
And back home, they don't care.
Forget about the criminal. So we're talking about even the morality of the criminals. You can't do that. Like, it's not accepted. Whereas in Islam and Muslim countries,
there was a secular movement to try and raise the age of marriage in Yemen a few years back to 16 or 17. And it got quashed by who? By the Islamic Sharia Council, because it was deemed un-Islamic to lower the age of marriage. They said, don't limit the age of marriage. It's against our Sharia.
Yep.
So even when people try to improve the law, what stops it? Islam. You don't get that in the West. So Sneako is being already trained in the whataboutism.
Yes.
And if you look at his the posturing that he's got on the screen, do you see the prayer mat in the back? It's open.
Oh, yeah, he does have.
Normally, when Muslims pray, after they pray, they fold it. He's got it open to say, I pray all the time. It's posturing.
All day and all night
Someone
long.
doesn't pray.
And the Palestinian kufa on the back of the chair saying, I'm for Palestine. He knows exactly what he's doing to get the Muslim support.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
on top of that, guys, didn't they recently also lower the age for being or getting married as a girl in Iraq?
In Iraq, they made it law.
9, right?
Yeah.
They made it law.
Yeah, what you
Based on age of 9.
Based on Korah's favorite hadith that says everybody's a woman at 9.
Yeah.
Which is weak.
Yeah.
The jurists, the legal jurists made it law.
Old days, right? Only in the old days, the women or the girl who were 9 years old were different. They had a different kind of. But now it's not the same. Yet
Right.
we have in a country like Iraq where you can get married to 9-year-olds.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's.
Yeah, what you usually have when you have some attempt at reforming these things in Muslim countries is it's either the government which is trying to not be so much of an embarrassment in the eyes of the rest of the world, and so they understand the rest of the world is condemning them for child marriage, so they want to change it, so they're not a mockery. Or sometimes you have like a women's rights organization that develops in a place and they try to make changes, but it gets to the religious leaders and they go, no, not changing this, because if you condemn it, you're condemning Muhammad, and you can't condemn Muhammad. As for Sneako talking about the U.S., there it's equivocation, right? So if you're under 18, then you're technically a child, right? So you do have under 18 marriage, but yeah, when it's like 14 or something like that, these are called Romeo and Juliet laws, meaning, okay, some young people in high school or something like that get pregnant. It's technically illegal, but do you want to send them to prison or something like that? Or do you want to give them the opportunity to get married and actually, okay, it's not ideal, but we don't want to throw you in prison over this stuff. We want you to I'm saying that my mom got pregnant when she was 15 with me. And and she got married. Didn't last long, but actually they tried to make that sort of thing work. But that's why the sort of thing would be allowed instead of her being arrested or something like that. But it's still very different from you can marry a 6-year-old like Muhammad did, like because there's a huge difference between a 6, 7, 8, 9-year-old versus a 16-year-old or something like that. Huge difference, even though they're both under 18. But yeah, Sneako's playing around with words there. All right, where'd you say to go for the next Zutt story?
The exact time stamp was 46:45, but you might want to go a little bit before that.
46. I'll just start around 46.
What is also very interesting is that Sneako is not even denying that his prophet was Zutt during the entire conversation. That's very.
Oh no, he's gonna respond here. Actually, he'll respond here.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
But yeah, he didn't deny the child marriage thing. He just said, "Well, you also have child marriage." Why don't you clarify, Sneako? Why don't you clarify some of the ages and so on being allowed? Here we go. So this is a little bit before their powerful debate on the Zutt, but I haven't seen this one, guys. I haven't seen this one. Let's see.
Okay.
You asked a question and you went on a million tangents. You said, why did you say that you want people to become Muslim? For the same reason you say every knee will bow, every tongue confess. You want people to have goodness. I don't want to force anybody. I don't want to spread it by the sword.
You said every house will be under this.
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
God willing, people will know the truth. This is the same statement.
I like you. You have big balls.
Wait, what? Looking down.
He's quoting some kind of thing. I don't know.
Okay, so this is one of those things where he's quoting something and we don't know the reference.
And Sneako's about his mind. Sneako's like
Sneako?
Super serious, and then he just trolls him, and he's like,
That's another thing. Someone could be totally serious and want to respond to something, and you just toss in some weird, I like you, you have big balls, and it just discombobulates them. That's funny. All right, so that's something to do. Look at Sneako here. It's funny because you're mentioning that, hey, Alex is legitimately funny. Sneako's also funny, but Sneako clearly finds him funny.
yeah.
So Sneako could be, hey, what are you saying here? What are you saying about this point? And he could just say something ridiculous, and Sneako starts giggling over it.
Someone's saying that he might have quoted Team America. Is that true?
Yeah, I think that's what he's quoting. Yeah, he's gonna say.
Oh, I do remember. I saw that in the movie theater when it came out. But it was someone.
No, he says who he's quoting right after. Yeah.
I'm trying to remember because I never saw that again. I only saw it when it came out. But I think it was the guy when they were trying to. He's an actor, and so he pretends to be a jihadi, and then at some point they're like kind of feeling him out to see him prove it. And why would you be a jihadi? And he starts, the Americans rained down fire on my village. The fire of Allah was and I think someone said, I like you. You have big balls. I'm going to have to watch that again at some point just to know references if Alex Jones is a huge fan and quotes it all the time. Well, let's see.
Turn the freaking frogs gay.
That's from Team America.
Okay, there we go.
He goes, I saw him drop fire on my goats. That's why I knew I'd do a jihad on there.
I was right. I went back a little.
Inshallah. God willing, people will know the truth. This is the same statement.
I like you. You have big balls.
Turn the freaking frogs gay.
That's from Team America. He goes, I saw him drop fire on my goats. That's when I knew I'd do a jihad on their ass.
I mean, like, Al, do you be real for a second? I mean, you're a funny guy. Do you want to make a change? Like, do you want to use your platform for good?
I think I'm gonna be like Muhammad and have 30 black dudes ride me.
You don't even know what you're talking about if you don't want to make stupid insults. This is like saying that the Holy Spirit was gonna astaghfirullah come on the Virgin Mary because you don't know how to translate it, read it properly. You said it, you read it twice. You don't know anything about Islam, bro.
Oh,
you
he
know what
did
jihad
hear it the
meant.
first time.
Huh?
He did hear it the first time.
Yeah.
He said you. Oh, wait. Unless he said you read the Quran twice. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
He said something about you read it twice.
Yeah,
But
Alex Jones towards the beginning somewhere. I did hear him say, and I've read the Quran twice.
Oh, okay.
But does Sneako think this is in the Quran? Because it isn't.
Yeah.
So Sneako himself hasn't read the Quran because he thinks now it's in the Quran twice.
So Sneako thinks it's in the
he's
Quran.
misinterpreting the Quran here. He's misinterpreting the Quran.
Oh dear.
And Sneako thinks that it's based on a mistranslation.
Oh yeah.
No, Sneako,
Wow.
it's based on an accurate translation. Let's back up.
Yeah,
a little.
let's hear this segment here.
Yeah, not in the Zutt sense. We'll back up a little bit. Let's see.
I mean, like, Al, do you be real for a second? I mean, you're a funny guy. Do you want to make a change? Like, do you want to use your platform for good?
I think I'm gonna be like Muhammad and have 30 black dudes ride me.
You don't even know what you're talking about. If you want to make stupid insults, this is like saying that the Holy Spirit was gonna astaghfirullah come on the Virgin Mary because you don't know how to translate it, read it properly. You said it, you read it twice. You don't know anything about Islam, bro. You don't know what jihad meant. I'll tell you about it if you want to know. Did you know that Jesus? So
under Islam,
did you know that Jesus was
does
Messiah?
Does it say in the writings that if you are a herder and there is no woman, you may take a sheep or a boy? Do they have the thing of the dancing boys in Islam?
You read the Quran on Facebook from Boomer Slop that programs evangelicals.
Boomer Slop.
Boomer Slop. Yeah, the boomers that are in mega churches saying God bless those.
Did the mayors put all these mayors in Afghanistan?
You can interrupt me the whole time. You can interrupt me the whole time. This is the same Boomer Slop that convinces Americans that God must bless those that bless the state of Israel. This is what Mike Huckabee is saying. They're saying I'm a mere goy.
I don't believe that. That's not in the Bible.
Ted Cruz is posting about the IDF on July 4th.
You guys catch that? Is that what? By the way, is that what Sneako's going to do every time? I mean,
Yeah.
he brings up the Al-Zutt, and he's been bringing up Jihad and stuff. And is it just going to be every time? But hey, this is Boomer Slop spread by Israel.
So is his argument that the word yarkabuna does not mean ridden? Is that what he's basically trying to say?
1 second, Rob Christian. Just for future's sake, since Sneako is saying that Alex Jones doesn't know what he's talking about, would you agree here and now to have a discussion with Sneako so that he can get to the bottom of this, not in the Zutt sense?
For sure. Okay, perfect.
We'd love to. The word actually comes in the Quran, to ride, and it always means an animal or some kind of a ship.
What about when it's used of a person with another person?
It means to...
sexual intercourse.
Yeah.
You don't say.
I have multiple books here in front of me, classical books, because when I had a recent discussion about Al-Zutt on my live show, guys, I brought book after book after book because the challenge was from the Muslim, show me in our classical books before the 20th and 21st century where the word yarkabuna is used in a sexual way. Notice what the challenge is from the Muslims. Show us from our classical books.
Yeah, and we've seen that objection as well, and Giant DOC shared a bunch of.
So you want to start, Jai, and leave it for me to the end, or what are we going to do to address that?
Yeah, we don't mind. There's something. Wait, you want to address?
Yeah,
something
we just
first
about jihad.
Yeah, the jihad.
We want it because it's going to come up, and it's already came up already. What jihad means.
Yeah,
we've actually got it on an English website. Islamic Quran X, what jihad is. So it's like...
You guys want me to put your screen on? What do you want
is that okay?
Yeah.
Please.
Just because I'm terrible doesn't mean I don't know how to do that. Let's see, and boom.
Okay, it's on the screen.
So the word jihad is here. I want you to tell me, Brother Rob and David, what do you think? He, meaning Muhammad, prepared his army to fight the Romans, and he called the people to jihad, announcing his intent and destination. He sent his intent to various Arab areas around Al-Medina to gather forces. So just from this, if you didn't know Arabic, what did you think jihad is?
Well, that's kind of confusing because I keep hearing that jihad is just, getting to the gym to work out when you don't feel like it, and building bridges across the aisle, and
you know what Sneako said in this debate? Sneako says jihad is smiling, and he smiles. He said that's jihad.
So Muhammad
inner struggle, brother, inner struggle.
Yeah.
Peaceful personal inner struggle against sin and the various difficulties that arise in daily life. So that's why I'm confused, because this sounds it's he prepared his army to fight the Romans and called people to jihad, announcing his intent and destination.
He called the people to smile, announcing his intent and destination.
Yeah, that's what jihad means, just a smile, according to Sneako.
And then he collected an army of 30,000. And it says here that he fought them and marched on them. So
That's the
That's
first
all.
part.
That's all we wanted to.
Yeah, that's the first part. So, just in terms of, yeah, if it's a mistranslation, we don't need to share this on the screen, but we can just
1 second.
give you guys
Clearly.
sources.
All right, go ahead.
Oops. Yeah. I'm gonna just-
So this is from كتاب أدب النساء, the book of women's etiquette by Abdul Malik ibn Habib, and here he's talking about a man made his wife do a certain thing. عن جابر بن عتبة أن رجلا أبرك امرأته فدسرها دسرة. Okay, and is it on the screen?
No, we just.
Okay, so he made her kneel down, meaning his wife.
I'll read it.
You read
it. So, he made her kneel down. He made his wife kneel down, and it says that he thrusted into her a thrust, causing her to fall on her face, and her body was like stiffened or tightened from the pain. And then it said, this is what was referred to by Ali when he said, she is a mount that he rides. The same exact Arabic verb, he rides, however he wishes. So they're connecting a man, sorry for the language, thrusting his wife, and her body is tightens up and is in pain afterwards. And then he says, this is what Ali meant when he said that this is a woman who a man mounts and he rides however he wishes. And he did not impose any penalty upon him for that. But it's the same exact Arabic verb.
So not only does it show that Ali is okay with saying the wife, but he uses the same word yarkabuha, the same word yarkabun for Muhammad.
So one of them is just the plural, and one of them is applying it. This is a singular, but applying it to a female.
So notice this is between a male and a female, right?
Correct. Yeah.
So
and then
now I'm going
another
to make
source.
it more worse if you're done, because I'm going to show you male and male in the classical books.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then we just have a dictionary as well that gives a common kind of phrase or common saying from the people, which is that a man mounted the woman, meaning what? That he had sexual intercourse with her. But in Arabic, it's the same exact word, raqaba. It's the same exact verb.
Yeah, dictionary is called Muhit al-Muhit. Okay, page 347. Rakib al-Mar'a. Again, if you remember the word rakaba, yarkabun. Common people say it about
having intercourse, sexual intercourse.
With a woman, yeah.
So those are, in terms of everything, it's mistranslated or something like that. These are some sources you could reference to show that it's not the case. 1 second.
Let's see.
All right. So that's between, as the brother and the sister said, that's between a male and a female. But guess what? If we open the books, the other books, like for example, Tafsir al-Tabari. This is Tafsir al-Tabari, volume 9. Look, Tafsir al-Tabari, volume 9. Here's the cover of the book. We have literally the scanned books in front of us. This is page 27 for the Quran, explanation for the Quran, page 27, Tafsir al-Tabari. Guess what wording is used in Arabic? كانوا يعترضون بالركاب. And here's the reference. Tafsir al-Tabari, volume 9, page 27. Look what it says. Yunus told me, he said, Ibn Wahab told us, he said that Ibn Zayd said for Allah saying, and you come together in your gatherings for wrongdoing. Now let's see what the wrongdoing means. The fahisha, the evil act. This is for chapter 27 of the Quran, ayah 54, Tafsir al-Tabari, i.e. the people of Lut. You already guess, you know what I'm going to go to, right? Watch this. He said, this is the Arabic, and here's the English. He said, their gatherings, their assemblies, and their evil deed, let's see what it is, was they would intercept or block a traveler, meaning a male traveler, or a rider who's riding, let's say, a camel or a horse. They would grab him and ride him, i.e., you see it?
Yep.
And that's what it says. Guess which word is used?
راكب.
بالركاب. No,
Yep.
same word.
Huh.
That's book 1. Here is Ibn Qayyim. So this is book number 2, Ibn Qayyim. Ibn Qayyim al-Jawziyah, the student of Ibn Taymiyyah himself. The book is, here's the book cover. And here's the title by Ibn Qayyim. On page, let's see what page? Page 256. Mujahid said, this is a student of, or the successor of Ibn Abbas, the cousin of Muhammad. Mujahid said, for Allah's saying, again, Quran, guys, this is tafsir for the Quran. For Allah's saying, and follow their lust. So people who follow their lust, let's see what the lusts are. Chapter 19 of the Quran, ayah 59. He said, they are in this nation, they are ridden, i.e., and again, look at the Arabic. Sister DUC and Jai, they can confirm. يتراكبون كما تتراكب الحمير والأنعام. Right? So if you ride, as if you're riding a donkey or an an'am. And guess what it's
Donkeys and cattle.
So,
Yeah.
donkeys and cattle.
Yeah.
So look what it says. They are ridden, i.e. to have intercourse with them, just as donkeys and livestock are ridden in the roads. They feel no shame. Why? Because they are doing the act of intercourse before the people on earth, nor do they fear Allah in heaven. It was narrated by Al-Haytham bin Khalaf Ad-Durri in the book, which book? Let's see. Book of Prohibition of...
Oh.
Do you see the context?
Yep.
So never ever challenge us about the meaning of yarkabuna Muslims, because it's going to become really, really bad for you.
And it is crazy because it's the same thing with it's the same thing with like Korah and stuff, in that they just keep there are Muslims who are getting their information about how to respond to objections that are being raised from people who are just making things up, and then they just run with the bad objections. And I pointed out before, okay, this works in your crowd. When the Muslim scholar says, oh, yes, the word Yarkabun, it simply means to crowd around because they really, really, really wanted to hear the Quran. It never means this. Okay, that might work for your crowd, which is willing to accept any response. It doesn't work if you actually go on a show with Giant DOC or Rob Christian or something like that, which is why they don't want to come near you guys.
Amen to that.
Interestingly, Brother Rashid did a episode on Al-Zutt.
Brother Rashid did one?
He did. None of his Arab comments ever mentioned or disputed the Arabic.
Yeah, it's funny when he's doing shows in Arabic about it, no one ever calls in and says...
No. And in the comments, Muslims complain.
Yeah.
None of them complained about the meaning
That's
of
not
that
what the
word.
word means.
Because everybody knows what it means.
Yeah.
It's a word that's used even now in contemporary Arabic about riding, like riding a car. I say, يركب السيارة, I'm riding a car.
Yeah.
Or riding a donkey, يركب الحمار. They use it now.
Yep.
And by the way, I asked Brother Rashid about the story one time. His dad was an imam, and he said, yeah, no, I heard the story when I was young. So he heard the story when he was young as a Muslim. He knew the story of Muhammad and Al-Zutt. Crazy stuff. All right, let's check out some more of this.
On top of that, guys, even if we put the word riding aside, the problem is the hadith in Musnad Ahmad, hadith number 3788, again, the main source, Musnad Ahmad by Ahmad ibn Hanbal, 3788, it says that the creatures who came to ride the Prophet were naked. Not only naked, but they came in the shape of haninan. And the word haninan is the plural form of hin. When we were assembled on a couple weeks ago or a couple months ago, when we were doing the live show on Brother God Logic, I brought it up again. The word hanina that is mentioned, ثم إنه ذكر هنينا كأنهم الزط. Haninan is the plural form of hin, and hin means what? The penis of a man. So these creatures came literally in the shape of penises. So what do you mean it doesn't mean intercourse?
Well, it's not like they're trying really hard to be accurate. It's just, can you tell us any response to give? Here's what's crazy, and this is because this worked for Islam for a long time. Like I talked about this probably, I don't know, 10 years ago or something. I made a video called Islam's 99-1 rule, where Islam has always had the mentality, if you say something and 99% of the people are just going to mindlessly go along with what you say, and 1% are going to question you, but the 99% can kind of overwhelm or silence the one, then it's in your best interest, if you don't mind being deceptive, to just keep making things up and spread nonsense, as long as you have vast majority of people are just going to mindlessly go along with what you're saying. And so, this is, the scientific miracles. Well, guess what? Zakir Naik is talking to 10,000 Muslims. Well over 99% of them are just going to believe whatever he's saying. But you keep doing that, and your religion is propped up on lies that you were telling to people who will gullibly accept the lies. And eventually you get to the age of the internet, where it's easier for people to respond to this stuff and to get the response out to large numbers of people, and then it just stops working. But you still see they're still stuck. They're still glued to that same method. People are raising this objection about Al-Zutt. Well, we'll give them this response. And vast majority of their followers, oh yes, wow, what a great response. Now we know that these people are liars. They're lying about the Al-Zutt. And go ahead and take what they told you, what your Muslim leader, your imam, your dawah guy told you is a good response, and then call into Rob Christian or to Giant DOC and see how well it works. Guess what? It won't work.
I mean, Muhammad
sorry,
brother. Muhammad was in crowds of his followers lots of times. Why did we never see the word yarkabuna with any of those times he was in crowds? Only in this creepy night when he went out in the middle of the night on his own with Ibn Mas'ud. And,
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
The thing is, guys, if some people in the chat are still not convinced yet that the word that is used actually means the male private part, here is the actual main source, the main hadith. Look, Musnad al-Imam Ahmad, hadith 3788. In this publishing company of Musnad Ahmad by Ahmad ibn Hanbal, this is the, Dar al-Fikr edition. Dar al-Fikr edition. Look what it says, volume 1, Ahmad ibn Hanbal. So we're going to go straight to the main source. Look, on page 583, Arabic 583, book 25, chapter 25, Musnad Abdullah bin Mas'ud, the eyewitness who sits in the circle. That Abdullah bin Mas'ud, the eyewitness, hadith 3788, look what it says. Pay attention, everyone. ثُمَّ إِنَّهُ ذَكَرَ هَنِينًا. Here is the word هَنِينًا. ثُمَّ إِنَّهُ ذَكَرَ, and he mentioned هَنِينًا كَإِنَّهُمُ الزُّط, as if they are a zut. Here's the word Al-Zutt, by the way, in Arabic, Al-Zutt. But pay attention to the word هَنِينًا. If we go to the footnote, here is the dividing line. You remember what
for Uthman and for Korah. For Uthman and for Korah.
This is the footnote.
This is the footnote. So you merged it with the hadith of Omar. But anyway, so 3788, Hanina, look at this. And Sister DOC, you can confirm. 3788, the word Hanina, let's see what it means. Hanin, jam'ahin, wa huwa udur rajul. Translation, Haninan means what?
Yeah.
I rest my case. So these creatures literally who came to ride the Prophet, yarkabuna, to ride the Prophet, they came in the shape of, it's in front of you.
So if it was just crowding to talk to him, why would they need to talk about that?
Yeah, why mention any of that?
Yeah.
And then why is he in pain afterwards?
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
All right.
And why did he say also, why did he admit that the jinn hurt him? Why was he hurt? And where was he hurt? Where's the pain? I want to know. I'm interested to know.
We need to know where the pain is. By the way,
It's where the flag was planted.
Oh yeah.
Exactly. Oh yeah.
Hamza's den has Muslims have been trying to blacklist Christians for years now, and they always fail. But there's a new one that they're trying to do, and Hamza is not exactly going along with the crowd from Hamza's den. But what he is saying is that if Avery ever wants to come onto his platform, Hamza's den, he needs to debate this story of Al-Zutt because he heard Avery reference it once or something before, and he said that you can't. Remember, he did a show with Muslim Cowboy, on it, so he thinks he has like the answer for it. So he said, if you want to come back on Hamza's den, you have to discuss Al-Zutt. So one side of the Muslim world is like boycotting him and saying, we're not going to talk to you because you're talking about Al-Zutt. And he's saying, you can't come on my show unless you talk about Al-Zutt.
Well, that's great.
So I think it's just an offer for our brother Avery, but I mean,
we can give that stuff to Avery.
yeah, we can give it to Avery.
Wow. These are crazy times, man.
You
want to come on my channel unless you talk about the men of Al-Zutt. Okay.
It's amazing when we find these hadiths and still Muslims in 2026, after watching, for example, this live show, that they're still convinced that Allah actually protected Muhammad. Because remember, in chapter 5, ayah 67, Allah made a promise to Muhammad. In chapter 5, Surah Al-Ma'idah, ayah 67, Allah says, I'm going to protect you from the people. But he's not protected. Where's the protection from the cousin? Where's the protection from the uncle? As we discussed earlier, where's the protection from the Zutt? So what happened? Did Allah forget his promise? Or did Allah turn out to be the best of deceivers? As he said in chapter 354, وَمَكَرُوا وَمَكَرَ اللَّهُ وَاللَّهُ خَيْرُ الْمَاكِرِينَ.
And that's another one that ties into Surah 69, 44 to 46. We normally quote that where Allah says that if Muhammad were to had fabricated revelations, Allah would sever his aorta. But it's the same idea. It's the same. So that one he's saying this is how it would punish him if he were to fabricate revelations. But that in Surah 5, verse 67, it's as long as you are faithfully delivering this message, I'm going to protect you. And then so either way, either passage you go to, Muhammad getting poisoned and dying from the poison, it's like, what happened? What happened? That means Allah didn't protect him, and it's in a bunch of situations, but him actually dying from poison was obviously Allah wasn't protecting him, and therefore, if Allah wasn't protecting him, then Muhammad didn't faithfully deliver the message. And Muhammad died in exactly the way Allah said he would punish him if he were fabricating revelations. So don't know what I don't know how Muslims can take him seriously after all this stuff.
Brother David, an interesting note, maybe some wonderful news to share with everyone. Literally, like 2 days ago, a Muslim came in. He came as a Muslim on my live stream. And he brought this hadith again. He said, the Muslims, the Dawah bros that I've been hanging with, they kept telling me that the hadith is da'if. Then I showed him from the Arabic source that the hadith is authentic. So he said, oh, so they deceived me, clearly. So I admitted. Then we went also, as we showed you earlier, the meaning. And so he said to me, let me rethink about what you just showed me. And he kept watching my live show. And then today, after 2 days, he came back and he left Islam and he prayed with me and he became a Christian. So rejoice, guys, how problematic this hadith is, so that they cannot run from it when they discover that the hadith is actually authentic. And it truly happened to Muhammad. He was zutted. So the sincere Muslims out there who actually care about their salvation and souls, they have no other option but to denounce Muhammad, denounce Islam, and become Christians.
You heard it here, folks. You hear D Wood saying Muhammad got zooted. He got zooted on the night of Al-Zutt. And you think, well, what does this guy know? He doesn't speak Arabic. He's American. He doesn't know anything. You're hearing it here. You're hearing it here from the Arabic speakers, guys. Muhammad got zooted. You heard it here. Awesome news, though. Awesome news. Let's. We don't want to spend too much more time. We're mainly here for the Al-Zutt. Let's see. Let me go back to where it says the debate gets heated on the timestamps here, so we can see what this is about, what they're talking. So that's it. 36:08. All right, here it is. So the debate. It says on the timestamps of Sneako that the debate gets heated here. Let's check a little bit of this out.
No, the Muslims are the swing vote, and they know that with the Democrat Socialists. to be able to dominate, and I could play you thousands of imams in Dearborn, Michigan, and Houston, Texas, and everywhere else in Plano, Texas, saying we're taking over. And everybody sees those videos, buddy. Just like when you said we're taking over, and now you're in the, oh, I'm a victim. Come
I didn't
on,
say
you're
that.
being mean to us.
I didn't say that.
You have
That's
been
what
a
I said.
victim of the neocons in Israel, okay? And that's
Yeah,
wrong.
and
I don't
of
wanna
Elon Musk,
slaughter-
the globalist that you're allying with, who's bringing in H-1B, is the richest man of the
Listen,
world.
I like the
the
fact that he's
trillionaire.
pro-free speech. I don't agree with everything that Elon Musk does.
You don't want free speech if you want me deported for using my free speech. Actually, you're against
Listen,
it.
you go back
It
to
sounds
that.
like you were demonizing Black Lives Matter. You kind of sound like a
and
woke
also
liberal.
said that I want to
You kind of sound like a woke liberal with the woke mind virus if you want me deported for using my free speech.
Yeah, I responded to that.
Yeah,
I was told
because
it
you're
was
actually
rhetorical.
using the strongest form of censorship if now the richest man in the world is saying that I should be deported for free speech, especially when he's an African migrant. So if you actually want to protect it, that
Listen,
doesn't
what
seem
we're
that-
saying is,
If you ask me a question, why did I say this? Why
Oh, here's where they start like talking. I guess this is where they start talking over each other and trying to shout each other down. Let's see.
Ask me a question. Why did I say that?
Dude, we know your plan.
You asked me a
We've got
question.
your Quran, and I'm telling you, you're going to lose. Okay?
You asked me a question. No one here. This is not a. This is the psyop. This is what they plan to do: is pin the Christians and Muslims against each other so that they can repeat their endless wars.
You hear this, everyone?
Wait, it's Allah in the Quran who says that he's stirring up hatred between Christians, and now
I know,
he's
it's
saying
amazing.
that
Correct.
It's
Yeah,
the Jews. It's the
yeah, I know,
Jews where
it's
the
the
Quran
Jews.
says that don't be friends with the Jews and Christians. They're friends of each other.
Yeah.
And then it's Sneako saying, no, it's the Jews who are trying to divide the Muslims and Christians who would be friends if it weren't for the Jews or the Muslim sources, I guess.
Well, actually, good that you mentioned that, Brother Jai. This reminds me of a video that I did with Brother El Fadi from Sierra International back in the old days. Actually, we mentioned the evil names of Allah among the 99 names of Allah, and we went to an ayah where Allah literally claims, Allah admits that He is the causer of fitna, corruption in the land, right? So yeah, it's just amazing. It's amazing.
So here is why I know Sneako is deceiving here, because when he was challenged about doing the chest thumping and we will take over, the clips of him outside with the Muslims outdoors, he said, well, I want everyone to become Muslim. Well, I'm a Christian. I want everybody to become a Christian. But the spirit of it is, I don't go out in the streets. Imagine if Christians went out in the streets.
and then making like these
These signs, we will take over every home. Is that the same spirit? No. Now, when he's in taqiyya mode, he's saying, well, no, it's just about evangelism. Is it about evangelism? Because I've never seen anyone with a spirit of evangelism just thumping in the streets saying we will be in every home. That's, and like what Alex says, expansionist, invader. That's an invader energy and spirit, which is now he's cowering in the seat. No, I want this good for everyone. That's how I know he's deceptive. That's how I know it's one way with the Muslims together when they're alone, and one way where you're in front of a camera debating. It's the same thing.
Notice also, Sister DOC, to back up what you said, when Muslims are weak, they are not hesitating to use the abrogated verses. For example, if you go to chapter 109, Surah Al-Kafirun, the disbelievers, ayah 6, Lakum dinakum waliya deen. If you go to the tafsir, for example, tafsir Imam al-Baghawi, you'll see that ayah, for you your religion, for me mine, for me my shish kebab, for you my falafel, that ayah is abrogated. By what? Guess what? The ayah of the sword, chapter 9, ayah 5.
Tafsir Jalalain says that.
Basically all of them. Also, An-Nasikh wal-Mansukh by Ibn Hazm al-Andalusi. Many scholars have talked about it. But the thing is, why you might ask, why are Muslims using abrogated verses like chapter 109, ayah 6? Because they are allowed to do so. Since they are weak, they don't have the upper hand, they are allowed to use the abrogated verses. But the moment they get the upper hand, then there is no need for taqiyya, there is no need for... So basically, taqiyya mode is off. It's offense mode. It's jihad al-talab. Let's go, baby. Firepower on. So this is why they will use abrogated verses.
Yeah, same as Surah 2, verse 256. La ikraha fi din. There's no compulsion in religion. Also, in the tafsirs, like Tafsir Ibn Kathir even, it says it's also abrogated by Ayat al-Qatal, by the verse of fighting. Well, qital means combat till death.
I had to say favor. Yeah.
Yeah, the verse. So if you look actually into these verses, they were for a limited time, and it's the time that Muhammad was weak, and it would be stupid for him to fight because he would have lost. He needed time to gather arms, to prepare to fight. That's why. That's why it's abrogated today. And for Muslims, they can't fight right now. But if they can, they should, according to their religion.
In the West.
In the West, I mean, yeah. I mean, they don't have armies in the West.
It's always, when I think about the violent ayahs that abrogated the earlier Meccan period ayahs, this always reminds me of a scene from that movie, Independence Day, wherein the president of the United States, he talks to the alien and he said to him, "Can there be peace?" The alien says, "There is no peace, no peace." Why? Because the aliens have the upper hand. That's like the Muslims. When the Muslims have the upper hand, they have the firepower to come at us. They will not use the abrogated verses, and they will say there is no peace. So it's only jihad al-talab, the offensive jihad, to conquer the entire planet.
Yeah, that's those were definitely some Muslim aliens. Yeah, it is crazy with Sneako and him trying to say, so his justification for saying Islam will enter every home and will take over and stuff, and he said, I said inshallah. So he's just saying it in a religious sense. Well, what would it even mean for saying inshallah? How does Allah do things? By getting his people to go in there and conquer and subjugate you. That's how he did it. People, when Islam expanded from Arabia all the way out into India and all the way across northern Africa and up into Europe and stuff, it wasn't by Allah transforming hearts and minds and everyone's just deciding to peacefully convert to Islam. How does Allah actually act? He sends out jihadis to violently subjugate and so on. So even if you say, "Oh, I said inshallah," what would that mean? If Allah wills for us to subjugate your entire country and take it over. So nice try, Sneako.
Sneaky Sneako.
Sneaky Sneako.
Worked before, don't let it work again, Alex. If you're opposing the Iran war.
I'm not supporting Israel and going to war for them.
No, you are supporting Israel. You are supporting Israel.
I'm not with you and the Democrat, Socialist, and Black Lives Matter that you supported and all the stuff that went on in this country.
You're the woke liberals trying to get me censored. If you say,
no, I've seen you say if we were going to be violent.
I saw you say that the crisis actors in Sandy Hook, and look what happened. If you want to do ad hoc, so let's stay on point.
Oh my God, Sandy Hook! Oh God, you got me.
Let's stay on point. Let's stay on point. I went home from school that day actually because you're talking about my childhood. You said why?
I actually don't like that he minimized that. That was some sick, evil stuff. That was there was a huge school shooting where some dude with some serious mental problems went into a school and shot a bunch of little kids, and then you had a bunch of people saying this is basically a government hoax. They're trying to take your guns or something like that. And so everyone who was saying that there was a school shooting were all paid actors, and people started like harassing the parents whose kids were massacred and stuff. And
it was disgusting.
just harassing the parents. And it's like I'm just looking at it in terms of like conspiracies. Like, okay, there's a school there. The school has a name. You can't just make up something about a bunch of kids at the school getting massacred. Because think, if you're just a kid at the school. You go around, you're a kid at the school, and all of a sudden it's international news that at your school a bunch of kids got massacred. The entire school would have to be in on it. The entire school would have to be in on the plot. Everyone at the school would have to be a paid actor. Why? Because you can't just make that. You can't just make that thing up. You could make it up to Alex Jones and say, "Hey, Alex Jones, this school out in a place you're not familiar with, a bunch of kids out there got massacred." You could do that with someone who's not there. But if the people who are there, the only way you can pull it off is if everyone was in on it. And that's just insanely idiotic. All the kids, all the teachers, all the staff, the janitors, everyone's in on it. That's just insane. So yeah, to actually do that, don't minimize it. Say, okay, I was not mentally well several years ago when I was saying that stuff. I really screwed up. Not, there's a Democrat talking point. Come on.
I
Did
say?
I hurt you as a little baby?
You said, why did I say, if God wills
Am
it?
I a bad man? hurt you?
Okay, Alex.
Did I do something to your poopy?
Well, no, you got the trillionaire
Okay,
to try to put a target on my head. So yeah, well done.
Oh my
Well done.
goodness!
Well
You're
done.
just showing your teeth,
Well
and
done.
throat slitting, and
Well, they
we're
don't
taking
cry about
over.
white genocide. Don't
No,
cry about.
Oh, I'm your friend. Hey, the Quran isn't a battle manual to take over. Come on, there's no imam saying that.
I don't want to hear
There's
you
nothing
cry
going
about your
on. There's
demographic
no
replacement.
jihadis.
Oh no, America's getting.
It is. I mean, Alex is calling him on the hypocrisy here. I mean, you're sitting there
Yeah.
running your finger across your throat. I'm going to take over your country, and then you whine like a baby as soon as anyone criticizes you at all. Oh, my religion.
Yeah, it's like you were saying the other. It's like you were saying the other day. These guys who are so abusive and so violent with their language, as soon as they get called out, they're super sensitive, and they're like all of a sudden they're like really thin-skinned, and you know, you were just. Yeah.
That's what's weird to me. It's like, I know I'm a jerk. I know I run my mouth. I know I talk trash about Muhammad. So guess what? If you're a Muslim and you start, you're mean to me. What kind of hypocrite would I be? Oh my goodness, I can't believe these Muslims are so upset at me. What?
Yeah.
That would be weird. But it's built into Islam. And it's crazy because it's built into Islam because that's the way it was. That's the way it's always been in Islam, right? I mean, it's, oh my goodness, these guys are the pagans of Mecca are persecuting us. They won't let us take the Hajj. What kind of monsters wouldn't let us take the Hajj? We're victims, and it's all just because we say we worship Allah. Why? And then as soon as they get power, hey, you guys aren't taking the pilgrimage to Mecca anymore. No one is. No one is except us. It's like, you giant hypocrites. But it's only because we say there's no God but Allah. Really? That's all you were doing? That your sources specifically say they didn't have a problem with you when you were doing that. Yep, bunch of hypocrites, man. All right, let's watch. Oh, here's this sounds like the clips that are circulating where they just start screaming and stuff. Let's see.
Oh no, the globalists are taking over. Oh no, America's getting replaced.
It's our world right to dominate the planet. No.
Oh no, the West is getting taken over. Oh no, there's immigrants here. Oh no, immigrants are here from the wars that I caused.
Over Spain for 700 years.
Immigrants come in from the wars I caused.
In Hollywood allied with you. Oh, the Crusades just attacked the poor little Muslims.
I didn't
for no
say
reason.
any of
They all
that.
started
You're arguing
1300
with your own
about
head,
Hollywood.
Alex.
I
You're
said
going
Hollywood.
delusional.
I said Hollywood does that. I just said Hollywood does that. I didn't say
You said
Sneako,
Chi-Coms control
Sneako.
Hollywood. Didn't you say the Chi-Coms control Hollywood and not Jewish supremacists?
No, what I said in the full clip was I read a Wall Street Journal article about how China, was it like the 10 biggest Hollywood production companies had bought a controlling interest in 6, and China admits they're funding a lot of the anti-Western, anti-white propaganda. China is heavily allied with Hollywood, and they're anti-American.
China's allied with Hollywood. This is why the demographics are changing.
Sneako just laughed at China's allied with Hollywood.
Yeah.
Interesting. They have big stakes in the production companies.
Yeah,
Now,
Sneako wasn't fed that script. He wasn't fed that script yet. All he knows is Israel. He has to say, "Oh no, it's Israel. It's the Jews' Hollywood," but he doesn't know about anything else.
It's this weird situation where you could just view it as business decisions, right? Like there are people in China who want to invest in American companies, and so you could view it as just a money-making venture, or you could view it as them working to control what those companies are putting out. It's the same with everything. It's the same with Jews, with Qatar, and so on. You could view these things as just legitimate business ventures or deceptive ways of controlling populations and so. But what you often find is it's if you're like Sneako or something, it's, well, who am I mad at? If I'm mad at this group, then if they do it, then it's diabolical and evil. If there's this other group and I think they're good, then I will assume the best and that they're just doing it for some completely nice reason. But anyway, apparently Sneako doesn't know this part. But look at Alex here. And it's funny because Sneako's laughing at Alex.
The university.
This is why the West is getting replaced.
Involved in Hollywood. China doesn't control and own big parts of Hollywood.
Yeah.
Alex Jones just China doesn't. Are you kidding me?
The Chinese. I mean, this is why the West is changing, because when you spread these lies that the Chinese control Hollywood, people.
Hey, Alex took a puff off a cigarette.
confused and you mix the truth with
Hey,
lies.
Sneako.
I
You
keep a
say some
cigar.
things that are true and say 10
Sneako,
lies.
that's an old white supremacist attack on me that I cover China. I mean, look at brain dead Mitch McConnell and his wife flees to China, who's a known CHICOM agent, and you look at Fang and Swallowswell and all the Chinese spies.
You're going on tangents again.
Are you saying China geopolitically is not our main military adversary and is not the main spy force?
I didn't say
Israel
that. I said China does not predominantly control Hollywood. I didn't say anything.
Because it's the Jews.
I'm going to say this very slowly to you.
You said two separate
I'm going to say this very slowly. Wall Street Journal, like 15 years ago, did an article about how China bought a controlling interest of 6 of the 10 top Hollywood production companies. I didn't say they were the producers. I didn't say that they were the directors. That's mainly Jews. And I said that in the full show.
So
just
say
like
that.
I did an hour on atrazine
just say
with
that.
scientific studies and clips, and then said, I don't want them putting chemicals in the water, turn the friggin' frogs gay. The media only showed that 10-second clip, not me showing all the studies. And of course, I was proven right.
Yeah, kind of like you when you clip up everything and try to make me sound.
Are you saying China?
Alex, this would have been perfect. This would have been perfect opportunity. I pointed out that they were putting things in the water to make the frogs gay, just like the Al-Zutt put something into Muhammad to make him gay. It was perfect opportunity, man.
Missed it, man. You missed
Always bring everything back to Al-Zutt, and you win. You win, dude.
Yep.
Let's see if this goes anywhere. Otherwise, you might.
Does not have a controlling interest, I don't know what it is now, in a lot of U.S. media?
Of course, but it's predominantly Jewish supremacists, and you're messing up the conversation by redirecting it
I
towards
constantly
Chinese.
talk about the anti-Western, anti-white, anti-Christian
If you
stuff
want
in
to
Hollywood.
protect this country, then talk about the main issue, Alex. Don't just get it twisted with a bunch
Oh,
of
you're
nonsense.
doing like Dan Bilzerian did, saying Nick Fuentes doesn't go on Piers Morgan and big shows and talk about Israel when he does. That's just not true. That's this thing of I talk more about Israel than you do. No, I just talk about all the major power blocks in the world.
So Alex is basically saying, I talk about all the threats to us in the world, wherever they're coming from. Sneako, you just fixate on one, and then when I start talking about China or anything else, you go, oh, why aren't you talking about the one that I want to talk about all the time? And interesting.
That's what I do.
Just it reminds me of other people like the Ortho Bros wanting you to only talk about one topic the entire time. And
yeah, and it's
you don't
all
talk
you're
about
allowed to
that,
talk about. And if you don't talk about it all the time, then you're a grifter or something like that.
Yeah. I don't know if you're thinking about wrapping up, but before we do go, there's a concluding thing at like 1 hour and 21 minutes. So whenever you want to get to that after.
Oh, let's go and get to that because I have.
Okay.
I'm going live with Hatsoon at 8, and we got some super chats left. So yeah, let's check out. What'd you say? 120? What?
Yeah. 1 hour 21 minutes.
1 hour. I'll start a little bit before that. Let's see.
You become Abdul Alex Jones.
Oh wait, you might want to go back a little bit more.
Oh, look at his face. I think that I saw some clip earlier of him just like losing his mind.
Oh yeah,
he's crashing out, huh?
Yeah, that's what they call crashing out. Okay, you know what? I'm going back. On Sneako's thing here, it says closing statements start at 1:19:42. So I'll just go back to that. I'll go back to that. All right, here we go.
Well, you got Christians, with rattlesnakes.
Yeah, so don't use the small minority to demonize 2 billion people.
Ladies and gentlemen, the weasel from Connecticut, the mighty Mongol, the amazing.
Isn't Itachi the weasel? Isn't that what Itachi means?
Yeah, that is what Itachi means.
Yeah, don't call Sneako the weasel, man.
Yeah.
Call him Snake Oil, Sneaky, something like that.
The
weasel's taken.
Sneaky.
Allahu Akbar!
Sneako.
Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar!
There's the
I'll
Jihad.
give you this though. You getting in the.
What's that, Rob?
There's the jihadi inside of him. It's popping out.
You do know that people shout Allahu Akbar before they blow themselves up, right? It's not a peaceful battle cry.
Yeah. It reminds me when him and Uthman had the guns and they were shooting the LGBT flags and they were saying Allahu Akbar, and they're like
And
shooting.
they were shooting
Yeah.
into the air or whatever.
Into the
Ring
flag.
with the middleweight heavyweight champion, you did take a lot of punches.
Could he knock me down, Alex?
I got to give that to you.
Did he knock me down, Alex? No, he didn't.
I was getting tired watching it.
So if
Okay, well, Sneako, because it got stopped. It got stopped. He could have knocked you down. With that said, I'll give credit where credit is due. Sneako took some serious shots, and he was still on his feet. So Sneako can take a hit, and Muhammad could take a hit, but in the Zutt sense.
Sean Strickland,
That's
UFC
'cause
middleweight.
You don't even have a brain.
So what makes you think you can deport
You
me?
gotta have a brain to be
So
able to
what
get
makes you
knocked
think
out.
you can deport me if Sean Strickland can't knock me down, huh? You can't stop me. I'm coming.
Then tell me.
Oh.
I'm coming. Durka Durka Muhammad.
Allahu Akbar!
The women.
Takbir!
The slavery that we take the women as slaves. And
And inshallah, inshallah, you become Abdul Alex Jones.
What's crazy is this is the section that's listed as closing statements.
Look at his
the
face.
timestamp. And you look at what so guys, I thought it was going to be a summary of points. Okay, so I pointed this out, I pointed this out, I pointed this out. He didn't refute this, and so this is still standing. And it's this. Oh, my
Maybe that's
goodness.
how we should do our finishing statements.
Yeah,
in
we
debate.
should
This is how we
start
should always
doing
do
that
closing
now.
statements. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the new way to do closing statements. All right,
Yeah.
we got it now. We got it now.
I'm waiting for foam
Look
to
at
come out of his
Sneako.
mouth.
Take care, Sneako. We'll see you.
Salam alaikum, Alex.
Live.com is where reality begins.
Salam alaikum, Alex.
Assalamu alaikum. Marry your cousin. It's so much fun.
You really have
Oh, wow.
and I'll see you tomorrow.
Fun.
I just want to wear a nightgown. It's the style.
Yeah, kind of. What do you think Jesus wore? You keep doing this. How did Jesus dress?
Well, I don't like that about
You said
Jesus.
I
think it was
follow
better
a
Hugo
foreign
Boss
religion.
uniform.
Wait, Alex,
I
where's
haven't seen
Where's
Jesus in an SS
Christianity from?
uniform.
Where's Christianity from? You said I follow a foreign religion. Where's it from?
It's from the Abrahamic religion.
Oh,
Durka Durka Muhammad Jihad.
Wow.
It comes from your Jewish supreme leaders. It comes from Abraham, who you were the bad son. You are the bad Islami. Bad
What is
Abraham
this?
say, you are not the chosen. No good, Sneaky. You are cursed, Sneaky. You are cursed to wear nightgown.
Look at you were cursed to wear nightgowns. Look at Sneako. Oh my goodness. Sneako's in a suit, man.
And marry cousin. Bye, Sneaky. I love you.
hey,
I'll see you tomorrow.
stop killing white kids. No more abortions, huh?
Noon, I agree.
No
I
more
apologize
abortions.
for it.
Leave Blair
Noon
White
tomorrow,
alone.
Central.
Leave that young boy Blair White
King
alone.
of the snakes, Sneaky
Leave Blair White
Sneako.
alone.
His name is a sneaky Sneako snake. All right, we love you, Sneaky.
See you tomorrow. Salam alaikum.
Bye. Assalamu alaikum.
Yes. Oh my God.
Oh, man. I
still
lost
had
a
the mic
couple
on.
of brain cells watching that
Oh
part.
my goodness, guys.
Boy. Yeah, we had to watch
Oh, man.
that.
I love how Sneako had nothing to come back with about the
Yeah.
cousin marriage.
He doesn't know like where Sneako in his mind. He's thinking like, do I troll him back or do I get serious? Or do I put on like a serious face, like act like I'm offended? He doesn't know. He's like stunned. Like Alex Jones is just like stunning him the entire time. He doesn't know whether to be serious or whether to joke with them or what to do.
Well, he tried to be serious. That didn't work.
And he tried to do joke it too, and he's not as funny. So it's,
These guys should have a regular show together. I'm just saying, and they should like each be able to bring a guest on with them and stuff like that. And they're like the comic relief, and they can just start screaming over
Yeah.
each other like that. And then they could have a serious person there as well.
yeah.
That would blow up, guys. Sneako, Alex Jones, get it done. That would be popular. Oh man! All right, let's check these super chats here. I'll start writing Surah Zutt as a previous winner.
Oh yeah, that's a previous
We
winner.
did a competition as Surah Like It on our channel ages ago.
And they did a sir about cold pizza.
That won the Surah.
We should have a Surah Zutt challenge
Well,
and
actually,
challenge everyone.
There is, Brother David. All the whole story is in the context of chapter 46:29. So actually, that's the surah, chapter 46:29. So it's Quranic.
Well, you don't get the full. We want the full story, and we want it to be awesome love story, but written exactly like the Quran. And we could see who does the best job, and we'll rank them and give out awards.
Wow.
That'd be pretty awesome. David steals jokes like the ear stole everything in the Quran from oral folklore. By the way, I have 67% of the Quran linked to sources in a spreadsheet. That's awesome. That's Defending a Line, guys. He's got tons of content videos on his channel, going through where Muhammad the ear got his material from. These YouTube censors, he is no longer called Prophet Momo. That term is abrogated. Now he is the PDF file Momo Allah. That is correct. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Sorry, that is a dad joke. No, I've been hearing that one my entire life. that and David would if he could, but he can't, so he won't. I'm hearing that one all my life as well. What's the difference between 30 virile black men and a joke? Momo can't take a joke. Okay.
Wow.
All right.
Nice. That could be one of the verses of the Zutt Surah.
That just got screenshotted. So Sneako got triggered. Oh yeah. He definitely did. The triggered Christian. Catholic S'more says, if they don't violently subjugate the world, how will they get new slaves? Think of the poor slave masters without slaves. Yeah, that would suck.
Yep.
DOC is back in the crew. God bless you, everybody. Thank you. See, when Sneako speaks, he sounds like he was raised and homeschooled by his online followers. The IQ of a cucumber. My favorite Islamic... My favorite Islamic word used to be bid'ah, but now it's shubahat, just like the way that sounds. It does sound pretty cool.
Arabic word, but yeah, it is used in Islam, yeah.
David, let me educate you with a free English lesson. Sam prays for PayPal, not to PayPal. We got the Muhammad hijab tie in there. What's up, Christian Ummah? Is D Wood up to date on Giant DOC's new lore, i.e. their new leaked names? Was quite funny. Yeah, so I was outed earlier this year that my name is not really David Wood, as most people thought. It is actually David Segara, and I am a Mexican crime boss. But yeah, guys, do you just want to admit the truth?
Yeah, this is the truth. It's been pointed out from one of the worst sources of information, probably by, I don't know if he's still a lawyer, the Speaking Muslim. Probably, his intelligence got him this information, but he let everybody know, everybody in his audience, probably like all 26 people, and then we've repeated it on bigger platforms, but he's let everybody know that my name is actually Rashad and her name is
Sumaya Segara. I like that.
Sumaya Segara.
And he's Rashad Segara.
Rashad and Sumaya Segara. We're actually
Come on, Jai.
We're actually cousins,
Come on,
guys.
Jai. Just admit that you're Rashad. Admit it, bro.
Yeah, I know.
Be honest.
Nice. So, guys, this is Dawa in 2026. Coming up with people's real names. We have figured out their real names. Oh, boy. Just when you think it can't get any lamer. My name is Connor Murphy, and Muhammad was gay. Okay, we just...
All right.
Pretty much it.
That's true. Would be more funny if Sneako says, okay, perfect. That would have been classic. I just joined. Did Sneako finally figure out what Alex Jones' daddy done? What? That would have been hilarious, right? Yeah. Oh yeah, I was. I want to pass off a couple questions from a friend of mine. He wanted to know, what did your daddy done? You hillbilly redneck. What did your daddy done?
Yeah, see, I thought if that discussion were to ever happen between Muhammad Hijab and Alex Jones, Muhammad Hijab would have just tried to overspeak him and try to dominate the whole conversation. Now I'm convinced Alex Jones would make a fool out of him.
Alex could roll with that. Alex could go with that and win. You are correct, because that's what that's what Hijab did whenever he'd go on Pierce Morgan and start talking over people and shouting them down. But I don't think you could do that with Alex Jones.
No. Yeah. He was yelling so loud, his mic wasn't even picking it up.
Yeah, his mic was adjusting and quieting him down. So he needs to turn off the auto adjust on that.
Yeah.
Well, the question is, what did Sneako dads done?
Yeah.
Muhammad Hijab. We know what Muhammad Hijab's dad's done.
Yeah,
but,
he's scammed.
yeah.
Yeah. Who did your daddy scam?
Reportedly.
Alex Jones. Who did the Joneses scam? Muslims should carry a laminated card of Surah 65:4 like in Transformers Age of Distinction. Sneako wanted to role play Momo and Al-Zutt with Andrew Tate.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, that'd have been funny if Andrew Tate was like, and then I realized he was trying to come on to me. And then he tried to justify it after he converted to Islam. And he said, but we're both Muslims. Have you heard of the story of Muhammad and the night of Al-Zutt? Andrew, you are clearly the most virile man on the planet. And based on, and just roll with that, man. I've had a song stuck in my head when watching you guys. Cora, Cora, Cora the Explorer. My kids didn't appreciate my hijab Dora pick, so I changed it. I think maybe Than from Inspiring Philosophy already put together a Cora the Explorer parody. I've seen the memes going around. Andrew Wilson is a KGB spy. I got the vibes on it. Yeah, we got those Candace vibes. Arabic-speaking Christians plus David Wood plus the internet is the worst thing to happen to Islam in 1,400 years. That's what I keep telling guys. As much as you look around at the world and see how screwed up things are, you have to look at this and say, wait a minute. They told us Islam is spreading fast and it's going to take over the world. And right before Islam is able to do it, we get everything we need to completely wreck it. That looks like God's in charge and that God just delivered this entire thing into our hands. So, okay. And all along that note, guys, I put the link to Rob Christian's Patreon in the comments. Anyone can anyone who's a mod, feel free to share that link as well in the chat. But yep, so definitely support the Arabic-speaking Christians who are doing this work, because there's lots of English-speaking apologists and stuff, but we definitely need the Arabic speakers, because they're the ones who respond when guys are pulling the Arabic card.
I appreciate it, David. God bless.
Yeah, and as well, they're way better at talking to Arabic-speaking Muslims. Because you can't trick them. So lots of work to be done. Incontinence must have been a common problem retrospectively. You would be able to guarantee that. Entheogenic Church of Enoch coming 722, defense of the West and the Book of Enoch baked into this new sect of Judaism. Right. Don't know what that's about. You Kafirs, along with Alex Jones, are making fun of the Al-Qasais of Rasul. You will never taste of similar privileges in Jannah.
The special privileges of Muhammad, yeah.
You've all been warned. The Pluto Bible of the Entheogenic Church of Enoch coming. Book of Enoch contained astrology and logic till the Council of Laodicea removed it in 364. All Christians and Jews, welcome. All right.
Okay.
Columbus planted the flag in America for Spain. The Al-Zutt planted the flag in No for Pain. No pain. All right. I am screenshotting.
Oh, no.
That's like the 7th screenshot already this stream.
I've never screenshotted. I've never done this many screenshots ever. The pleasures of Al-Zutt, along with wine and wearing gold, are permissible in Jannah, which is why Prophet Muhammad was allowed this for our sake. That is true. He had these privileges.
To be honest with you, David, if I would be a Muslim watching just the super chat, I would think to myself, these kuffar are pretty creative, no?
I know. Why are they so creative and we just try to copy Christian apologists all the time? Zoom, zoom, zoom in the boom. Zoom, zoom, zoom in the boom, boom. So quote Mo on the night of Al-Zutt. That was a song in the 90s. All I want to do is zoom, 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 zoom in the boom, boom. Just shake your arm. That could be a parody of Islam. Get zooted is now becoming part of secular vocabulary. I've heard a streamer say get zooted instead of to get around the censorship. Oh, that would be funny if it replaced words that you're not allowed to say.
Oh man.
Hey,
is it already? But is it already in dictionary, guys, or not yet?
Yeah,
It
It's in
is
the
in
Urban
the
Dictionary.
Urban Dictionary, yeah.
Yeah, it's in the Urban Dictionary. But yeah, maybe we need to make a list of like, hey, here are all the words you're not allowed to say on various platforms,
Yeah.
and then come up with replacements.
Okay, back in the day on Pal Talk, Christian Prince used to have his room open, and he would get like, I forget what they would do. They would shut down his room if he said certain words or something like that. So he had like his own code words for like Muhammad and Aisha and things like that. And everybody knew what he was talking about because he'd have like these code words for it. So it's kind of like this. Instead of saying words that get you censored, they're saying zooted instead. So that's it's a thing that I guess we're gonna have to start doing on.
Well, what I want to add on top of that, guys, you should also remember the name of the Zutt, the commander of the Zutt. So remember the Zutt, but we have
Chief.
also the commander, the general. His name is Zawba. Write the name down, Zawba. Okay, that's him.
That's the Chief Sultan.
That name, it means cyclone, I believe.
That fits. We know why they called him Cyclone. Oh man, that's classic. Just coming up with some other. Hey, and sometimes the algorithms and stuff are even looking to see whether you're talking about Islam, because sometimes they actually crack down on that and stuff. So instead of saying even Islam to tick off, to give the algorithms and the AIs and stuff information that we're talking about Islam, we could come up with another term even for Islam itself. Like, since it's the world's second biggest religion, we could just call Islam number 2.
Yeah.
And so,
yeah.
So you say, hey, let's talk about number 2, and then you talk about Islam, but the AI won't know.
Never mind.
Ironically, the people that came up with the term woke mind virus were Jews, like Gad said, but Sneako uses it to attack Alex Jones. Yeah, funny. Boycott all doxers.
Yeah, that's a good one. We'll do that.
Sneako doesn't realize if you're Muslim, you cannot be an advocate for freedom of speech. You can't be Muslim and free speech advocate at the same time. That's what's weird. Sneako's like, no, I love America. It's my country. And what are you talking about? This is the great shaitan. In Alex Jones's defense, he did go on Joe Rogan and gave a full and proper apology for that. What he means by it's a damn talking point is using it to shut him up when he's pressing them and they can't handle. Okay, well, that would be a fair point. If you've done something and you screwed up and you apologize for something, and then even if you're making a completely legitimate point, people bring that up to kind of derail the discussion. That's a fair point. That's a fair point. That's slimy stuff. Yasser Qadi said Islam cannot spread without the use of force. True. Added, Dawa has limits, not that it's not that effective, and that the birth rates and migration is the key. He is correct there. Gallons of African semen is wild. Yes. We're dying over here. I might have to start watching Alex Jones. That was awesome. Also, love you guys. Yeah, that is funny. And apparently there's more because they're going to continue having discussions. And I'm sure those discussions are going to do well on their channels, so I'm sure they'll want to do it more. Makes me so proud. Al-Zutt, we're Juts from India. That's what I hear from everyone from India who responds. I'm so proud of my ancestors for doing that to him. Musnad Ahmed by Shuaib Al-Arnat or any other publisher. The word udw or udwa al-rajul does not appear a single time in the footnotes of Hadith 3788. What's this about?
Shuaib Al-Arnaut he's one of he's like a muhaddith, like a hadith scholar, like Al-Albani. He's saying, I think this is referring to what Rob
Christian
was showing, but you're always showing a specific edition, so it might not appear in all the editions. But Rob gave you guys the reference for how to find that.
Some editions are more helpful.
Yeah,
in giving extra information in the footnotes.
Yeah, the thing is, it's even if we put the word Udu Rajul aside, the word is
wait, is that
Hanin.
Is that Henny? Yeah. Is that the same Henny like Malik's Henny?
That's Henry.
No, Henry. Sorry.
But if you go to the hadith where that famous authentic hadith where Muhammad commands his companions to say to one another, if you're proud about a Jahiliyyah, you boast about a Jahiliyyah, go bite the hin of your father. Guess what the word is? Hin, plural form, haninan. So still, even if you put the footnotes aside, the word is private part. Go bite the private part of your father. So it's the same word is used. So even if you put the footnotes aside. So try to fix it, Muslim.
But I also want, they're saying, or any other publisher. I guess what they mean is a critical editor, but that's not true because Rob just showed one on the screen.
Yeah, you showed
so-
one, and it's easy
Yeah.
because you can go to the classical dictionaries and find the word there.
Yeah.
And that word does
Exactly.
appear in the hadith. So where are you gonna go?
Yeah. Maybe they can, remove the word from the hadith.
Yeah, but they can't remove the word. It's too late.
Nope.
Let's help Rob Christian get monetized again. Rob Christian, create a new channel and send everyone there. Rob Christian is invaluable. D-Wood, Giant, DOC, and AP can help. Yeah, if you wanted to try, so you got is basically two options because, guys, Rob Christian was demonetized for wrecking Islam and having people complain about him and stuff like that. So YouTube is a bit less sensitive than it was several years ago when they started demonetizing people for criticizing Islam. So, but it's kind of like channels that were demonetized years ago. They usually don't remonetize them later. So you always can start up a new channel or something like that.
Robert Spencer got his monetization back though. Robert Spencer.
That was weird. I don't know how. And that's the thing. That's the problem with you. It seems like borderline random, like when things happen, and so you kind of can't count on people with common sense. Again, guys, you can definitely support Rob Christian on Patreon. But yeah, Rob, if you ever wanted to do something like this, we could all the Christian apologists could kind of get together, and if you put out a new channel, we could all kind of send people to the new one and stuff.
Well, I do have a backup channel. It's Rob Christian 2.0, so that's a possibility. But I don't know. It does take a lot of time though, and I don't know.
Yep.
We can think about it.
Nope. Your call. But yeah. So if you ever want to try it, we will all help. Alex was
All right,
on.
thank you.
Alex was on The View once. It's on YouTube. He dominated. Oh, you could tell. I mean, you could tell he would dominate The View. How can Allah wipe if he has no left hand? That's one of life's great mysteries. Fortunately, he's not hollow. Zutt's story was in the original Council of Nicaea that was removed from the Bible. The cyclone baby bashed. Early show, I'll just sit and watch like Ibn Masud, the Watcher. So who wore Mertz? So who wore Mertz, got zooted, and copywrote and corrupted the Bible? None other but Mo. That is right. And yeah, I mean, it's funny because Alex Jones was talking about Sneako wearing, what did he say, a nightgown or something like that, just to make fun of what you wear on the Hajj. But yeah, Muhammad actually wore ladies' garments. The chosen Zutt shoot Allah. Be proud, India. Yes. Call me Sarge. I'm the head Zutter in charge. Call me Sarge. I'm the head Zutter in charge. D Wood, look at my songs. I tagged you in on X, please. They should be good to play on live and TikTok friendly. I do get jealous when other people have cool songs and I don't. I am a nightmare walking, psychopath talking, king of my jungle, just a gangster stalking, Hancock prison scene song. D Wood is a nightmare to the devil. Oh, the movie Hancock. Nightmare walking, psychopath talking, king of my jungle, just a gangster stalking. Oh, I remember that scene. He voluntarily went to prison to show that he had changed his ways. Oh, all right, guys. I'm gonna be live in a little over 10 minutes over on Hatoon's channel, where Hatoon wants to review some of the reactions to the Lily J scandal, because Lily J is trying to turn things around. Before we cut out, any final thoughts on anything we've covered here, Chai and DOC?
Well, this has been a very fun stream. Happy to be with you guys doing this and laughing with you. We hope that the Muslims, like Cora, they find Islam funny and they find it to be a game and they laugh their way out of Islam. So we hope that you guys laugh your way out of Islam, and that you guys, when you take things seriously, that you do repent and you come to the Lord Jesus Christ. We pray for you guys. We hope that you guys do that. That's my final thoughts.
Thank you, Alex Jones, for the laughs. Good knowledge.
That is good, and my goodness, I mean, this is all in a year, guys. It's all in a year where, like, the Islamic dilemma. Everyone just like caught on to the Islamic dilemma last year, and then everyone learned the story of Muhammad and Al-Zutt last year, and more people are learning. Now we have it on Alex Jones, using that pretty regularly whenever someone like Sneako ticks him off. But that needs to happen every big show. It's like, soon as someone like Sneako's being annoying and run his finger across his throat, just start talking about Muhammad and Al-Zutt. Game changer. All right, Rob Christian, final thoughts on anything, or anything you want to share with anyone before we head out?
Yeah, I want to thank you for having me, guys. God bless all of you. May the Lord keep you safe. And if this is the plan of God for us to continue, then so be it. All the glory goes back to Christ. We're here to serve, nothing more, nothing less. Jai and Sister DOC, may the Lord bless your ministry. Brother David, thank you for having me, dear brother. May the Lord keep you and protect you. And Chad, stay away from Islam.
Thank you. Same to you, Brother Rob.
Amen.
God bless you for this.
Yep.
Thank you for the sources.
God bless you.
Absolutely. Guys, I'll say it one more time. Put the link to Rob Christian's Patreon in the description. No one asked me to do that, but that is so that's got to support the channels, guys. Got to support the good
David
channels.
Wood, by the way, maybe if it's possible, because the people are asking for the Rob 2.0 channel, if that would be also possible to put it in the description box, because they're asking for it. That would be awesome.
Yep, I'll even do that before we close out. Rob Christian
Thank you.
2.0. Let's see. Oh, I see it. Yep. Let me put that in there before we catch out. Rob Christian's other channel. All right, guys. So we got Rob Christian's other channel there in the description, and definitely subscribe, guys. Definitely subscribe. All right, guys, I'll be on in about 8 minutes with Hatun talking about some of the Lily J stuff. We will catch you all next time.
God bless.